You know what? I should double check. Is it my audio
Dreams.
settings?
Or it didn't happen.
Or actually,
Part of ice cream sandwiches.
Brought to you by Liquid Death.
the cookie part of ice cream sandwiches, just like the
Yeah.
mushy, chocolatey bread.
Mm-hmm.
Probably
I'd get
wouldn't be
down
hard
on
to
that.
make. Yeah.
It's very unique.
I wonder what it's like not frozen. Like how gooey
Alright.
that would be.
Sticky.
Stream is live, and it looks like we've got audio from both sides.
Sweet. Thank you.
Man.
Well, hello. Welcome to Bane of the Ancients D&D. We are season 7, I believe session 14. I am Gats. I'm the GM tonight. And who am I playing the with?
You and be playing the with, fuck, ow. I go by Aludriea. I'm going to be playing Rune, the dwarf barbarian tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm Shuck, play Belenos, Astral Elf Cleric.
Let me turn Chuck up. Whoop.
And 'tis I, the half-drow warlock Miki,
But who
being
are you?
played by J. Crew.
There you go.
Warlock, huh?
Used to be Warlock.
Shit. Bard. I'm a bard.
We
Wow.
respect you.
Pathetic.
My brain
All
is
right,
off.
guys. It's me, your friendly local neighborhood two hands, playing Shanska Atusha, the
Mm.
Yanti Kensai fighter.
Woo. All right. I think I got your volumes dialed in, hopefully. Thank you for that. So, the one thing do you guys remember exactly where we started last session? I forgot to mark that down. I know where we ended and what we did, but I don't remember the exact transition
We
point.
started outside of the tavern as she was taking her things, Sweet Locket, and then, well, we were like, well, shit, and sent the two to go do their astrology stuff, and me and
You guys
Shalka.
picked up in the
After-
meeting room. That's right,
Some
right?
riddling naming practices, let me tell you. We haven't, nothing set in stone yet, but we got some good ones. We got
I think we
Schmurd.
settled on Smurfs.
No, god damn it.
Smurfs. I agree, Smurfs.
So yes, last session, you all met in a kind of underground bunker conference room that you rented out for a day in the Golden Cup. And while you were in there, you did talk a bit about naming conventions, about team names. Of course, this was after you all vented about that damn catfolk locket done left us and took some stuff. Eventually, you guys decided on no names. And Belenos and Rune said, hey, we want to go check out this Halfling Lavoie's observatory that we keep hearing about. And we heard we could go talk to him, so we're going to go do that. So you two went and kind of knocked on the bartending door. Azuri eventually led you up to Lavoie's room. And Belenos and Rune, through some tentative kind of negotiation of getting through the door and buying some what is the affinity with some mentions of star maps and other sort of awesome things in the starry night sky, you guys were eventually invited into Lavoie's abode. Once you were in there, you saw his wicker snake corner, his agitated falcon, and his kind of sparse but messy quarters. You guys chatted for a bit about some of the kind of local rumors, a little bit about the star stuff. Belenos was gracious enough to lend Lavoie his star maps so he could review those between now and dinner. And you guys made an appointment to kind of reconvene again around dinner time. Lavoie saying he was a bit hungover and actually took the day off, which he doesn't ever do. And there was tentative promises of the snake handler Shashka coming to maybe tell him a bit about his big black rattlesnake, and hopefully Gek the animal whisperer. Shucks almost lost it there.
Sorry, just
Yes,
I'm fine. Swear to God.
Snake Whisperer. I've been known by many names.
Tell me all about your big black rattle.
Oh, we will. Jessica's going to handle it well.
We definitely have audio. That was great.
Some call him the snake fluffer. Anyways, so
No! Miki
there was
with the mood music.
there was also more of a solid promise that Miki would come by and maybe use his animal speaking powers to hopefully discern some details about this falcon that he is tending. So Belenos, you left your notes there with the halfling, and you guys head back outside, where you had found Miki. Why does it say Gek on your token again? I literally changed it. Whatever.
It also still says Warlock on the overlay. I didn't think about that when you asked me earlier.
Yes, we should change that. We will change that to a bard someday. But is that just one sec? Miki? Die.
Oh, God.
So Miki and Chasko were investigating the work that was going on the wagon. You know, how's it coming along? You saw old and tired dwarves busy at work with multiple carpentry projects, just gathering supplies, taking measurements, cutting some boards that are going to put on there. Shaska seemed pretty satisfied with the progress after kind of talking to their, I guess you call crew lead at the time. Miki had grabbed the oldest dwarf, also the most experienced carpenter in the area, took him inside the Golden Cup for some stout drinking, and gathered a little bit of info from them about, you know, just rumors and things like that, as well as, you know, carpentry things. After that, Miki went outside and basically he learned he could activate his special eye without drinking, and did so very, very well with some high rolls, got control of that eye, and the entire left field of vision was black except for squiggles, and I believe that is still happening in game in real time. I don't think you ever turned it, you haven't turned it off. So you saw all kinds of things flitting in and out of your vision with just squiggly things, huge things. And you saw this huge centipede dragon snake up in the sky and thought, man, I want to get a closer look at that. And you stretched the limits of your levitation to the very edge, going 5 minutes straight up, 5 minutes down, and got to enjoy all the different sights and sensations of all these creatures up in the sky and their ecosystem, some of them eating each other, some of them clinging on to you, some of them hiding behind you. On your way down, you got to see the little falcon that Lavoy takes care of dart out of one of the windows in the bartending facility, as Belenos and Rune had accidentally let the falcon out this time. They were trying to be quick, but they failed. And Miki, you cast and were able to discern from the falcon, I believe, feed babies, and it flew off at Mach speeds.
Yeah.
You floated down to a crowd. I think, wasn't there a crowd of children's like whoa or something?
Yep.
And everybody else came out and you all convened together. The kids ended up hiding again because they got scared. And you all went inside the Golden Cup, went upstairs, and Rune cornered one old lady dwarf and one younger fiery haired dwarf, and asked them about all sorts of rumors.
Heck yeah.
You guys gained insights about some of the stuff going on around town, kind of reconfirm some of the things you already knew. And it was getting about to that time for you to head up and meet with Lavoy, which is where we will pick up the session. Anything else you want me to include? I know I skipped over a lot there. Yes, no, maybe so?
I think that's good.
Cool. Alrighty. So, you are all still in the town of Nova, out in the hill dwarf-dominated hills known as the Bound Mound. And you go back to the bartending door, knock on it. Zuri, the lead bartender, leads you sweatily all the way up to Lavoie's
I said a
door
verb.
yet again. I think I used that as an adverb just now, but yeah. You are in front of Lavoie's door. Zuri just leaves this time, doesn't worry about it since it went fine last time, apparently. What do you do? You're in a stone
How close are we to the
hallway.
door?
Oh, yeah. That's a good question, Shaska. Did you guys light a torch this time? Because I don't think Shaska can see in the dark.
Of course, I can see in the dark.
Can you?
I
Do you have
only
dark
when I'm
vision?
not S.
Oh,
have
Snake
dark
has
vision.
blind sight.
The snake
That's
has blind
right.
sight.
Okay, so no torches need to be lit. I
We'll
forgot.
just let you assume a different form before we knock.
So
Or Rune's
I'm-
gonna have you knock in your serpent
you're
form.
as close to the door as you want to be. You're in a stone hallway by yourself. Doors on the left.
Sweet. I mean, I'm cool with let's go up and knock on the door. All right, we're expected, right? So,
Right. Go ahead,
is there anything I
Shasta.
should know about this? This what was his name?
Lavoie.
Lavoie.
He seems slightly overworked, but more or less amenable to discussion.
He has a snake. His name is Bomir, and you're probably gonna be asked to do something with it. You seem to be in good with snakes. I don't know much about him myself. If you need help, it seemed like a good in. And you, Miki, he has a hawk. No idea what the hawk's name is. I figured you could be asking it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Knock away. Pretty good
Oh.
folk.
Have you made any deals with them that I need to know about?
Gotta be going up to the observatory.
Only insofar as we've agreed to exchange star maps.
Oh. Yeah, I kind of spaced out around that part in the conversation.
And are my services in exchange for something already promised, or a hopeful olive branch for further trade to come?
The latter.
What's an olive?
You wouldn't like it.
Oh. Sure, that.
All right. Well, put your best faces on, and Rune, behave.
Your best face is on now.
You said there's a hawk behind this door?
Aye.
Well, there was. There may no longer be.
What do you mean? Is there a hawk or is there not a hawk?
Well, that remains to be seen.
Well, Belanos let it out last
And a
time we were.
hawk.
You know they swoop people.
He let it out last time we were here, but the halfling said he was gonna try and catch it, not to worry about it. He seems pretty capable. Don't actually know if he got it back, so if he tells us we have to be quick, there's a hawk. If he just opens the door, probably not a hawk.
It's interesting that this person owns a hawk and a snake. Sometimes they are considered mortal enemies in many old stories. I wonder how they get along.
What was that? I missed it, Miki.
I met a hawk.
Also, anyone who rolls a history, or actually rolls a nature check real quick, Miki especially, would know what this creature is. I think Belanos roll a history, whoever else roll a nature.
A 15 on my end.
9.
This makes sense. Rune and Belanos, you recall it's a falcon, not a hawk. But it's fine. Smaller
Oh.
than a hawk.
Oh, falcon. That's right, one of the smaller ones.
A falcon. I see.
Aye.
Miki, it
Still.
was fast. You're like, that makes sense.
I met the hawk.
Well, don't be shy now. Go ahead.
Oh,
Knock.
I would like to knock as hard as I can.
Jesus Christ.
Roll athletics.
You said not to be shy.
Rune just kind of takes it out like, oh, that's how he knocks.
10.
Okay.
It's a good knock.
So it's a good, like, police knock, you know? Unnecessary.
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm
not gonna work.
I would like to make it known I only do it once. Like just a good solid bonk.
You just
on
do
the door.
one bop on the door. Okay.
Yeah.
I will
Got it.
step in behind him and do my polite little
So,
Rude's just
boom,
taking notes
tap,
in the
tap, tap,
background.
tap.
yes.
Okay. Beautiful.
Show me the snake.
Let me see how startled you poor Lavoy is here.
Fuck. Yeah.
Who you hiding? You got secrets?
Okay.
Yeah,
Just mildly startled. You heard like a chair scoot and maybe something fall. Oh, goodness. Who is it? Oh, Rune? Is that
It's the
Rune?
Hawk Tamer.
Aye.
It's Rune and Belanos and our two friends.
Okay. One moment. And there's a little bit of shuffling around, and you can hear like papers being moved. Belanos on the other side of the wooden door, and he comes and just opens the door. Oh, well, come in.
Oh. I had Rude's just gonna turn around. No falcon then. Lock it.
I'll step inside.
There we go.
I'll do so as well. Is there like,
It's a mess.
are we in like a mud room, or is this just like we're entering a larger room?
So, you've been walking basically into the face of these rocky outcrops through dwarven carved tunnels, and you've kind of gone up in elevation, following how the hill kind of continues upward. And at sort of the end of a hallway, almost on the left, there's a wooden door. Right now, you're in a carved into the rock chamber. There seems to be maybe a couple little rooms on the sides as well, sealed off by doors within his abode. And there's some small kind of windows that you can look out from just across from the door. Does that make sense? Almost like sideways slits. But it's carved out of stone, and he's got wooden furniture. It looks like maybe he made it himself, or he brought it in from somewhere else. It's not dwarven crafted.
Okay.
Fur's concerned about tables covered in papers and notes and random trinkets and things.
Cool. I'll offer my hand, my right hand,
Mm-hmm.
like in a gesture. I want to shake his hand, like Shaska Tosa.
Lavoy, I've seen you. And he reaches up, definitely up to shake your hand. I've seen you before. It was your boar I had to carry. Good hunt.
Yes, that night. Apologize for the sudden chore, but well, as you could tell, time was of the essence, and the product was more important at the time. I apologize if that pulled you away from your evening, but thank you for your help.
It's fine. I just had other things to be doing. But nothing came of consequence. And Brune and Belanos and I have met, and gesturing towards Miki.
Super, just like, if he reaches his hands out, like, at all for a handshake, I'm gonna be over the top with it, like a good...
Nice.
Okay.
Really
Big still blood, that's my name.
This is the animal talker here. Bat.
Sorry, was that skill blood or steel blood?
White?
It's spelled stale blood.
Stale blood.
Not stale blood.
Oh, I'm stealing that.
Steel blood.
Stale blood.
Stale blood.
Stale blood. Okay.
Anyway, the boy.
Steel blood, like steel of a blade.
Oh.
Oh, you didn't have to ruin it, Shaska.
Please, don't torture the man. Just
Yeah. Anyways, please come in. I'm leaving the window open, so please don't be alarmed or lash out if something fast flies in. Hopefully they'll be back soon. Miki, if I'm sorry, I had asked your friends to bring you up here so that maybe you could lend your bestial powers to talk with the falcon I care for. maybe learn its name, something about it. But fortunately, the falcon flew off this afternoon through a mishap with the door. So
Apologize
Oh.
again.
I met a hawk earlier today. Said he had to get out and go feed his babies.
that is impressive.
Yeah,
Wait,
Impressive.
I was like 1,000 feet in the air. It was pretty great.
Now, hold on. You said it came flying out of a window.
Yeah,
Is it that window?
It
well, I
wasn't
don't
that.
know.
It wasn't
it's in
that
a-
window, technically.
It was in a rock. It came from in the rocks.
So it could have been the
And
same.
you all appeared like maybe like less than a couple minutes later.
We get a lot of birds out here. All the feed for the pigs draw in the rats and other vermin, and the birds love to pet them. Anyways,
They pet them?
Hunt them. Sorry, I
Oh,
still got a bit of a headache. So my apologies. I'm hoping they will show up tonight while you're here, or maybe up at the observatory. They know how to get in there. And Chaska, yes. Your friends mentioned that you know how to milk snakes, and you handle them all the time.
That's what
I
I told
have been taking care of that snake, and he just gestures over kind of the corner under some shelves. There's this actually very large wicker kind of basket with a lid that's tied on. And you can hear that kind of sliding of scales on like straw and other soft things in there. I've been taking care of that snake, Bomir, for about 3 years, and I would love to know more about it. And they said maybe that you could give me some type of magic liquid from milking snakes in case somebody got bit.
That's not exactly what we said, I don't believe, but it's
Yeah,
close enough.
Sorry, I don't remember exactly. I got a little lost in those star maps. Thank you, by the way. You want them back now, or
If you're finished with them, but I think we'll be staying in town for at least another night. So if you'd like to hold on to them, I can always come back tomorrow.
I would love to hang on to them. And then when we go up to the top, oh yeah, I can let you borrow mine. I was going to ask before I did this, is it fine with you if I copy some of these as long as I note that you're the one who charted them?
Of course.
Nice.
Thank you. I may
you
take...
use any of these stars for navigation?
Yeah, I used to all the time. But I haven't had need to leave for the last few years.
It might be interesting when we get up and look at the stars if you can show us a couple that you possibly use to orient yourself when you're in the forest.
Absolutely. I would be very, very excited to show you that. You'll see the stars tonight like you've never seen. Well, are you all from Belanos's?
No.
Yep.
Okay.
What?
Miki is. Okay, well, Shashka and Rune, if you're careful, you'll see something you've never seen before. All right. So...
I'm interested. It's been some time since I've gazed at the open sky.
Excellent.
You're doing
Excellent.
what to the open sky?
Gazing.
Oh, I heard something else.
So, can you tell me a little bit about this snake that has been in your care?
Yeah.
You've had it for a couple years, and it's in that basket. But can you walk me through your routine with this creature? What is your relationship like?
Yeah. So about every 10 day or so, I try to make sure there's some type of furry creature in there for it to eat. Unless we can't find something, then I have to give it like a piece of boar or something. But I don't think it likes that so much. I know when it's irritated, or I was told it makes that rattly sound when it's mad or wants you to go away. I've been told that if you get bit, it's really bad, possibly deadly, depending on who you are. And I've been told that this snake would never bite me, no matter what, but just me. It's black with these kind of pale yellow diamonds on it as well. They called it a black rattler.
So, who did you purchase this snake from?
I didn't purchase the snake.
That's okay.
It's I've
May I ask to the nature of the acquisition, just from my understanding, is consultation purposes.
Yeah. While I was traveling doing research, me and some of my companions were down far south, in sort of the Craglands, and we were able to have relations with a Trollkin tribe down there, doing some of our stargazing research and our other sorts of natural research. Anyways, they ended up giving us this snake, and we named it Bomir. It was not in my care until about 3 years ago, wherein I inherited it, as there was no one else would take care of it, and I was the only one it wouldn't bite.
I see.
Does that answer your question?
Yes.
What? Sorry, real quick. What did he say it was called? Black what?
A black
Black
rattler?
Rattler.
They call it. You know, speaking of, did you know that there's like a troll with close ties to this species of rattlesnake down there?
I did not.
Apparently, they say it's like the other half of the spirit of these snakes. There's these big, massive troll-like monsters, and they have skin that's like the inverse of these snakes. It's pale yellow with black diamonds. And their entire back is covered with the same types of rattles. They make the same sound, just kind of cacophonous. But yeah. And he starts looking like really, really, really distant.
Did you know one of these, troll?
Oh, no, just someone I knew really wanted to see one, but we never got the chance.
It happens. I'm sorry.
Anyways.
Do you think that your snake is in good health, or?
That's what I was hoping you could tell me. I have no idea. I try to keep it in this basket, and I feed it.
How large is it? How long? If you had to guess.
I don't know. They say it won't bite me, but I don't test it. I would guess at least 5 feet, maybe a lot longer. I often don't open the lid all the way. Anyways,
is there a room that I may be able to interact with the creature so that no one else can be at risk? I don't have any worry about being struck by the snake or being harmed by its venom. However, I cannot guarantee that for anyone else in this room except perhaps you. And I doubt that we'll have a quality investigation or observation while the snake is in the wicker. And if I were the snake, I'm sure I would appreciate being out of the box.
Snakes like to be free sometimes too, huh?
Yeah.
I figured they were wrong. Okay. So, let's see.
Who is they? You keep saying they. Who is they?
They, like, a pronoun to refer to...
No.
Whoever you were referencing.
Who are you referring to?
Oh, yeah, I've referred to several different people. Right now, when I just said they were wrong, it was the locals in Nova told me just keep the snake in the box, it'll be fine, give it rats.
Oh.
Yeah. They lied.
I think they were just ignorant. Anyways, not too many dwarves
Everyone-
keep snakes as pets around here.
Is there a space where I can possibly interact with this creature without putting anyone else at risk? Or
I mean, we could just let it out in here. If your friends would like, they could stand in the hallway. Snake shouldn't be able to get out of the room. It might
don't
be able
mind
to
waiting
squeeze
outside.
through one of those window slits, though, would be the only worry.
I have no guarantee you can get the creature back in the wicker basket.
Yeah.
Well, you can, but at what cost? If it's a cost of trust or friendship, it sounds like this creature is just a creature, right? Is there any signs that you've seen that it has an intelligence beyond what you would normally expect?
No. But I have not handled many snakes or creatures. I don't think it's as smart as the falcon.
How did you come across it again? I apologize if you said that already.
It came into his care when he was doing research in the Southlands.
Oh, okay, that's
Well-
that's with the trollkin and such.
Well,
Right.
technically, that's when the owner acquired it. Traveled with the owner for several years, and about 3 years ago, I inherited the snake. The owner is no more.
Well, what's your opinion on the matter? I can look at the snake and look them over from the basket. How big is this basket, by the way, GM?
Yeah, it's like a 6 foot long wicker locker style. So it's like 6 feet long, maybe 3 by 3 rectangle. It's taking out
I can fit in there in snake form.
it's like coffin sized. It would be the appropriate description.
Yeah, it's got, you're like, this place is
So-
actually pretty sweet. No?
Juska, if you'd like, I could and I pull up the flute and go.
Please put that away. It's very insulting. Maybe
Anyway,
it would.
you're the professional, so I will defer to your judgment on how to handle this safely. And I do want to take care of the snake. So, I mean, like, what do you think? Should they wait outside?
if you want me to guarantee their safety, I cannot guarantee it with them in the room. I don't want to take that opportunity away from them, but there's a risk involved if anyone has a strong desire to stay.
I guess that's up to them.
Melanos is already moving towards the door.
No.
I respect snakes. I appreciate them from an intellectual standpoint. I don't have any particularly strong desire to meet one face to face.
I completely understand, Belanos.
Last time we examined one. Are you wanting some help from me? Again,
Shaska just kind of like looks at you with like an almost hurt expression, like,
Deal.
except for me, right?
You're not a snake.
that's what
You're
my-
a snake person.
That's what my eyes are saying right now. I'm
You're
like,
a snatty.
Snatty. God damn it. Fuck.
I'm okay with staying myself.
Okay.
Well, Miki's staying, I'm staying.
Okay.
All that I
I'm going
ask,
to definitely position myself behind the Darf.
no
Yeah.
sudden movements.
Done. Call me if you need me. I'll be
No
nearby.
yelling.
Oh, right. Call me if you need me. It's still the same volume, just hush.
Or stamping.
It just goes wretched.
So Belanos, you're stepping out, I assume, right?
Yeah, I'll just lean against the door from the outside.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
like, over here.
So Belanos, you kind of find yourself alone at this end of the hallway. I'm assuming that Squib is in backpack form.
Yeah.
Okay. They're probably taking this chance to poke and prod you if you let them get a little attention. So inside, what's your approach, Jessica? You got this basically wicker coffin tied shut.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get. I need to look at the snake and then cast animal friendship on the snake.
Should
And then once I do,
move these tables and these chairs to have like clear floor?
if there isn't already enough space to do some type of like investigation, then sure.
He'll start moving it, and
Yeah.
So, I mean, you can kind of see it through some of the slots in the wicker if you want to.
Okay.
You could call that sight. I'm not too worried about it.
Okay. I want to be able to do that before I try to reach in my hand inside to grab the snake.
Yeah.
So I'll cast Animal Friendship.
Cool.
On the snaky snake.
How long does that last? Or if you just post it in your chit chat.
I'm trying to, but for some reason it's not. Oh, okay. First level. So it's 24 hours. It's my innate enchantment.
Capital Snake. All right.
Yeah, there's no cooldown, actually, I don't think, that I'm aware of. So, yeah, unless the thing's got an intelligence higher than 4, it should just...
Yeah, it's definitely below 4 on this particular snake. So I don't even think they have a save, right? It just happens. Or if for a higher...
Hang on.
Otherwise, they have to succeed on a wisdom save or by charm. So they get a wisdom save. Okay.
Cool.
9.
Nope, that ain't it, folks.
All right. So they are charmed by you currently.
Cool. So I'm going to reach my hand in and try to coil my arm around the snake, let it crawl around me, and, I'll hold on to it. Not firmly. I'm not going to hurt it, but you can hold on to a snake without letting it get away, without harming it.
Roll
I don't
animal
want to let it.
handling with advantage.
Okay.
See how tenderly Shaska addresses this snake. I'm assuming using your snaky arm, probably.
Probably that would make sense.
Snake on snake action.
Yeah, snake on snake.
Oh heck, maybe we should have left the room.
Shit. Animal handling is 14.
Not bad.
Thank fuck you had that advantage, huh?
So now you get a better look at the snock.
Oh, cool.
And yes, it is, as described, a black rattlesnake with kind of pale golden diamonds going along its back, and it's got a rattle on there. When you kind of reach in and gently grab it, and it does end up kind of coiling up around your arm, it does a couple like nervous rattles, not like, get the fuck away from me rattle, but it's kind of like, I don't know. And there you have Snack. It is around your arm.
Okay.
And so just to get a visual here, you kind of like stuck your arm between and like grabbed it, but you haven't pulled it out yet.
Yeah, so now once I have it secure, I'll raise the coffin lid, whatever this thing is, and pull it out. Is this thing actually a wicker coffin?
Yeah, I mean it's a rectangle, but
Jesus,
it's
That's pretty cool.
pretty much a wicker coffin. Yeah.
Friend was taken home in this shit. Okay. So yeah. I'm looking at the snake. I've got it curled around. I'm kind of holding it out away from me. And I guess I need to look it over for like what's its skin looks like. Does it look healthy? Is there like discharge coming from its eyes or its mouth? Is it look skinny, right? Or does it look like swelled? Is it got like weird shedding going on? And is it just like staring? Like I'm just. What is this creature doing? So, do you want me to roll for that, or is it going to be pretty obvious?
Do a nature and a medicine check combo for me.
Okay.
And for the nature, go ahead and do that with advantage because it is a sneak snack.
Okay. Nature, Nachy boy, with advanky gank.
14. And now do the medicine.
And medicine is a 4. Cool.
Okay. So. Taking all that into account,
I'm gonna probably protest the 4 with checks that I asked about, but that's okay.
I'm leaning towards the nature. Don't worry. But what you can tell with the snake, looking it over, there's no obvious medical issues, right? There's no like discharged eyes. They're not blind. But what you do pick up and what you know about snakes, their scales seem too dark, even for a black rattlesnake. Meaning they're usually a little too cold where they are right now. They should probably get some more time in the sun, or at least on some kind of form of heat. They are a little underweight as well. Probably be fed, if not more often, bigger meals probably. And just kind of looking in this pen, it's not the best. Like, he lined it with straw. Snakes don't want to be in a straw container.
Yeah, it doesn't feel good on them.
So, yeah.
Want some sand, want some dirt, want some rocks.
Oh, dude, sand would be awesome.
Maybe a log,
Get up in the morning.
Yeah. Straw.
and besides that, yeah, kind of low energy, like sluggish, cold.
Okay. Gek, Mickey, I apologize. How many times can you enable communication with creatures? Well, I can calm him. I cannot speak to the snake.
6 more times today.
And is that something that you're able to impart on me, or is that something
No,
that...
only on me. I can talk to him though for you. You just translate.
Let's give it
I'll
a shot.
translate. Shebang.
I don't know how smart this creature is, so we'll see what it's able to say.
Hello, Boomer.
There's a little like recognition rattle, like, who the fuck is talking to me now? And the snake kind of like drifting, their eyes sort of scan and land on Miki.
Miki, ask Boomer if he's hurting. Or
Boomer, do you have any injuries? Anything that's making you hurt?
No, stop. Keep it simple. Are you hurting?
Are you hurting?
There's this kind of little bit of wavering. Their heads like up off of Shaska's arm, kind of eyeballing you, checking everyone in the room out, even looking back at Shaska for a little bit of reassurance. Cold. Hungry.
I didn't pick up.
Trapped.
I can't hear you, Gatsu.
Oh, did it not go through because it filtered it? Dang
He
it.
said
heard it.
cold and
Cold.
trapped.
Cold, hungry, trapped.
Oh, fuck.
He's cold and
and
hungry and trapped.
and then they will also say broken.
And broken. What's broken?
Where? Keep it simple.
Where? Broken.
Soul.
Ooh.
What'd he say?
His soul.
Ooh.
He's sad.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We're broken.
We're broken? Is that what he said?
Yep.
Did I hear any of
What
this
is
through the door?
broken?
And you
You-
probably hear from the other side of the door.
You can hear whatever Miki says. The snake is literally like hissing at Miki.
I just want to get my mouth close to the like whatever like sliding thing Lavoy used to communicate with us the first time we came and be like, maybe he's referring to the soul-bound troll. Maybe he misses his soul bind.
Do you miss your soulbind troll?
What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, that wasn't it, Belanos.
Oh. It's a good assumption. And it's probably correct. Lavoy spoke of their bond, but first, maybe we can meet its immediate needs Lavoy, the creature, needs warmth. It needs a little bit of freedom. It needs proper bedding. Perhaps allow me to hold on to the creature just for a little bit longer, for a few minutes. And I'm gonna kind of open my samurai shirt. Oh, who am I kidding? I don't wear shirts. And just kind of hold the snake against my chest to impart some body heat from it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of nurture it a little bit. It'll give us some snake daddy action.
Let's see how Snake Baby feels about this, or Snake Mama, whatever you want to. I don't know what the daddy association is right now, but
Belanos, would you like to come in?
If you're quite certain that it's safe,
I'm not.
I'm fine.
Well said.
At first, Bormir's trying to get away from you, what the fuck is he doing? And then eventually, you're forcing it there. There's some uncomfortable rattling. They don't bite you yet, and they eventually kind of realize you are warm and settle in a bit, kind of wriggle against you a little bit.
There you go. Oh, Bormir. Lavoy, the snake is going to need to eat more. The snake is underfed. I don't know the snake's gender yet. The snake is underfed.
What should I feed it more often? Feed it bigger meals?
Yes.
Oh. How do you know when you're doing too much?
You should aim to feed a creature like this no more than twice as often than what you are currently,
Okay.
and larger meals. You got to remember, it can only eat what its head can wrap itself around. Maybe a little bit bigger. What have you been feeding it? Small mice?
Yeah. Mice, rats, occasionally a pig's foot.
So yeah, focus on the larger meals.
Okay. What? I guess my
If you
worry
intended.
is that what if I put something in there and it dies, but it doesn't eat it, and then I've got to go in there and get it out and not get bit.
So I thought you mentioned that the snake would never bite you.
Yeah.
Or you just don't want to test fate, which I understand.
Yes. The previous owner told me that this snake would never bite me. I did not believe them. I don't believe them, but I choose to trust them.
Mia, would you ever bite him?
They're I'm assuming you're pointing at Lavoy right now, or
Yeah.
they kind of look around. Never.
No, yeah, he says he'll never bite you.
Wow.
What?
Quite the bond.
Why?
Why?
Promised.
Oh, he promised.
Oh. Okay.
Oh,
Shaska's probably just oh, manly
yeah,
tear.
fucking shook it.
He's
Damn.
tearing up a bit. Yeah. So, what else does the snake need?
He needs the sunlight. He needs warmth. If
Oh,
the sunlight
fuck.
is not possible, then maybe warm rocks. Warm rocks.
Okay.
Maybe just a couple pailfuls of sand, dirt, something other than straw. The straw is not comfortable, and I mean, even I don't like straw when I'm straw is not just.
Yo, I don't like straw. You're right. That might not come off very well.
Okay. Hold on, and he goes over in the corner, rubs his eyes a few times with his sleeve, and then opens a drawer to grab a notebook. There it is. So, all right.
Lavoy, I need to ask you a very transparent question.
Okay.
Do you care for this snake?
I try to.
Do you want to take care of it? Do you want it to be your responsibility to take care of it the way that you feel like you should?
I want to make sure that the snake is healthy and cared for. I think if it was gone, I might miss it. But yeah, I definitely need to change my tactic here. How do I get this into Sun without it running away and dying?
Volmir, will you ever run away and try to get away if Lavoy takes you to the sun?
Absolutely.
Oh. Why? He's trying to care for you.
You know, speaking as a creature being stuck in a box,
Yeah, basically hungry,
I understand.
lonely, bored, uncomfortable. Just all these. This sucks.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
You're over here like, you're right. I mean,
I'm over here wondering, like, do we have any black rattlers in our? We just have pit vipers, right? We have rattlers.
It's
have
different,
rattlers, but
different kind. But
Different kind.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that might not
this
go well.
this is a more southerly rattler.
we take them
Not
out. We
from
like
the Regan.
open up the box. We're like, "Hey, are these good to you? Hey, striking your fancy? You like that?"
It's a still snake play date.
Yeah.
If I pay you, Shaska, could you redesign his box? Like-
Perhaps. I wanted to get to that at a game. Does this guy have any windows?
He does. They're not great for Sun. It's like tallest this much, 6 inches, like this, with like wood beams in it.
Okay.
And
Is there
he has one other window that's like this sized that has a wooden latch that he could open. Which
does
is
he
open.
have any that like produce sun rays that might illuminate a certain area?
Yeah,
like-
for a tiny bit of the day, like a small
For a
side.
tiny-
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's almost like a basement
45
style
minutes.
window. It's not much light, not much time. And then it has to go through that entire horizontal thickness. The stone thickness is at least 6 inches to a foot everywhere.
Yeah, I get that. Well, darn. Do you fancy any magic items? Are you by chance a collector?
I'm no expert on the arcane. More into trinkets I can understand.
I am aware that there are some that can produce light like the sun. I do not know if that's a possibility here, but it can answer your need for sunlight when there is none.
Do you
But-
guys know where I might be able to get something like that? Is that like a dwarven thing or a gnome? Who makes sun orbs? Sun magic or whatever?
I think many make, just it's about whether or not you're in a large enough place to acquire an item like that or knowing the right people. Now, we happen to be going to the south sometime soon, to some of the larger cities. It's possible that we can keep an eye out for such a trinket that would definitely make the progress here faster, less expensive, more realistic, if we were able to obtain some type of artificial form of light. But I cannot promise that it's within the budget, but we can definitely look for it.
I'll tell you
In the
what.
meantime,
So I sometimes have to acquire things for my projects. If you are going, are you going all the way down to Holadur? I'm sure they'd have something.
I
could send you with a note. Maybe I could write it tomorrow. And you could give it to someone who could make this, and then it would start a letter correspondence with they and I. Would that work?
I think it would.
Okay.
You have much to offer anyone who desires to do trade or business with you. So just that merit alone puts you in a good position in a place like Aludriea.
Thanks. I'll get
Go on.
that together tomorrow, and I'll come up with some silver for you too.
In the meantime, do you have any glass containers?
Not big enough for that.
No. Is there a glass blower in the area that I have not heard of any?
Down in Kivrind, I'm sure.
Because if you can at least get this snake some sun, it's going to help. But it seems like, based on what Mickey is saying, that the creature will probably try to escape if he gets outside. The creature is just... The snake wants freedom. The snake wants better conditions, more food, and sunlight. And we all can understand why. But I think that if you truly desire to put in the work and to take care of this creature, I can tell it means a lot to you. It meant a lot to the one that you cared about. Then you can do right by the creature and take care of it. Because just because something wants to be released, it doesn't mean that that's what's best for it. This creature is not from these parts. The nights can be cold. There are many predators out at night.
Okay.
Carefully, Tasca.
So, if I do this stuff, do you think it'll want to not run away? And then I could let it out more? You said if I give it hot rocks? I'm sure we can get hot rocks.
Hot rocks would be a great start. Miki, why don't we ask the snake if it had warm rocks and sand and bigger rats, bigger food, would it be happier?
Would if you had warm rocks, some sand, and bigger food, would you be happier?
Happy? Question mark. Want.
Mm.
Want.
You want those?
Yes.
Yeah, he wants those. He doesn't really know what happiness is, I think, but yeah, he said wants a lot.
Okay. Then let's get started with that. And I'll make some recommendations to the Wicker, like that we put some heavy boards down.
Do they need
And
water?
They will, yeah, periodically.
Like, well, if he instead of just having hot rocks over a fire, if he boiled the rocks in a boil of water, and then put them in there, so it would still give him some moisture, especially if he were
some
to do
wet
the
heat.
shedding.
I don't think that's what they need. But what's the conditions of the area that they're from?
From a black rattlesnake, they want dry. But
Yeah.
but having a little pool of water can help. But usually these snakes get their moisture from eating things.
As long as it's not enough for them to accidentally drown in, because rattlesnakes don't swim well. So usually,
Yeah.
Watering bowl.
It's just going through my brain's.
It's a good idea.
Reptile. It's not a very big thing. You're the only reptile I know.
Rune in the background,
Oh, thankfully, all this stuff can just be found all around. If I pay you, can you do it? I just don't want to mess it up.
Aw.
I could at least take care of.
It doesn't have to be tonight. It could be. You could do it whenever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It can be done. Now, if you can track down a glass blower, or if we can find a glass blower and create a cage made of glass that you can use some type of device to lower the food into, like the rats, or lower the rocks and bring the rocks back up when it's time to change them or heat them, that would be ideal.
Do all the sides need to be glass?
I don't think they all need to be glass. I think that would be an exorbitant effort, but I'm just giving some ideas. I don't know much about blowing glass, but I've heard that orbs can be made.
does it have to be sand glass, or could you use crystals if you got a big sheet of crystal?
I think as long as it's not sharp, as long as it can't hurt the creature, that should be okay.
Hmm.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Just some ideas.
Yeah, I'll get that letter drafted. I'll get you some silver for that, and then think about how much you'll charge to redesign their pen. I'd like to use this for now. I'm sure I could get a solid board bottom in there, no problem.
I can tell you right now, I don't have a very high need for money. I'm interested in making connections and favors.
Oh, he gets a little like uncomfortable. What do you have in mind?
I haven't really given it too much thought yet, but perhaps we can work out a deal to find some, come to an agreement on something.
You wanted some guiding stars.
It's true.
Maybe that could be the trade. Oh, so does it feel better? Should we put it back? Pretty soon we should head up if we're gonna make it in time.
At a game, if I held on to the snake, would I be able to maintain control over it, or is it a gamble? With my current animal handling?
If no stimuli come to impact you guys, it should be fine, right? But if you run into something, if something pops up, if the snake gets bored after enough time, it's going to be like, all right, let me the fuck go. I'm warm enough. I would like to be gone now. Thank you.
Yes, Dave the Ancient. It's a very low stimuli game. That's
It's definitely, you can definitely carry it to the observatory. It is a thing you could do. It might end up lashing out at you if something tries to kill it and you won't let it go. That's about it.
Reasonable.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Levoy, there's a chance that perhaps the snake could use some more time out of the box per se. But there are risks, and it doesn't have to be done. We can put the snake back in the crate.
It's such a clear night. I'd hate to reschedule.
No, what I'm saying is we could take it with us, or we could put it back in the box.
You think that's safe? Bringing it all the way on the hike?
There's risks. The creature needs warmth, so I'm giving it some right now.
Okay.
And it's been fine this whole time. Maybe I'm just a little partial, but
well, I mean, as long as this thing can't vertically climb up really high and fast, it probably couldn't get out of the observatory.
My knowledge is just yes. Yeah, probably good.
Perhaps
weird, never do that.
Perhaps we can secure a warm rock
spells
for
give
it.
off heat at all?
Light spells, no.
Only
Resignation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Heat and light magic are very. Whoa, my camera just wigged out. Are very different.
I'd say we'll just put the snake back. If we can get a hot rock or two for this bad boy, and maybe clear out the hay, and maybe gets a couple things of dirt in there for now, or something. Just a couple rocks, man.
Just get him some rocks.
Start a little fire. Heat up some rocks.
I can make a hot rock. It won't take very long.
What kind of heat is this? Magical?
That's a good question.
Belenos.
Just heat the rock up.
It's like fire or magical fire. Belenos says it's a great trick, but he just
set shit on fire.
I would just censored myself because I was about to say something pretty wild in front of this halfling. It makes things really hot.
Yes.
We have kept Belenos out there a long while. Okay, so
let's put the snake back.
So I could get some smooth stone, rough stone.
Yeah, just granite, lime, whatever is quarried out of these areas. Just simple stone.
Okay. I could do that. We'll figure that out tomorrow.
Yeah, we can figure it out.
Sorry, Bomir. Well,
so can you let the snake know that we're putting it away so that we can bring it warm rocks? Mickey Steel Blood.
I'm processing what you're saying.
Can you just tell the snake we're putting him back
Okay.
so we can bring him warm rocks?
We're trying to
I
minimize the
completely
struggle.
misunderstood what you just said. My brain
It's
just frazzled.
It's all right.
We're going to put you away for a little bit again, back into the basket, so we can get you some warm rocks.
no, yes.
He said no, but also yes.
Sorry. I mean, it's a snake. I'm going to put him back. If he bites me, he bites me.
It's gonna be an opposing acrobatics or athletics against this snake trying to wriggle and not get put away.
I have total control over the snake right now.
It's that let go and slip at the end. It's how quick is you before this thing try and gets its little head under the basket edge.
All right. Well, luckily this isn't a fucking BOA.
DC 16. It's going for it.
Oh, shit. Stand back. Yeah, I should probably have some guidance for this shit. Where is my...
Like, you're starting to put it down, and it's already like, no, just trying to get away, and you're holding it. It's not trying to bite you, it's just trying to climb.
Oh, shit. 16 plus 2.
Miki's guidance was if you allow me, Miki, can I say what Miki does?
Dude.
Just one toot of the flute. Just one little toot.
Damn.
And the snake gets distracted, and you're like, whoa!
That's absolute legend.
I just give you this like death look with my big yellow eye, like.
The void. Do you want to see something kind of funny?
I just like thrash.
What kind of magic does that flute do?
Magic dancing only works on Shaska.
God damn it. I'm just like holding on to the.
He's scratching his head nervously right now, just like, should you be doing
like
that?
It's getting silly in there.
Yeah.
Mickey! Stop that nonsense. It's fine, Lavoy.
Okay.
Mickey's a jokester.
Okay.
You're making the halfling nervous. God, stop embarrassing me in front of my friends.
Yeah.
Let's. Are you guys ready for a hike?
All right, let's get going. Just.
He secures his little ropes on the wicker basket. We'll be back, Boromir. Sorry.
Angry rattles.
Yeah, just a little shh. You dickhead.
I mean, pretty much. Yeah.
And almost forgot. And he runs over and slams and latches his little window shut. At least they'll know we're not going to be here. Let's go.
Weird shit comes in if I leave my window open.
So, before you guys all exit the room, Belanos, anything particular you want to have done or been doing in the hallway with your Squibbly?
Yeah, probably just like, not letting him out, but like just kind of interacting with him and telling him how good he's doing.
Just like cat playing with him, basically.
Yeah,
the little figure, like,
what a great job he's doing at being a sneaky little guy.
I hide. Just
You're doing
you
so
protect.
well. Yes, I will protect you. You're doing so well. After we've had a look at this telescope and gotten back to town, we'll see about getting you some brains.
People brains.
Yep.
It never gets old.
We've already established he can't tell the difference, so I'm fine lying to him.
You've got swine and humans so far. Those are kosher to this boy.
Yep.
Hide. Oh, 15 on stealth. They are pretty hidden in that bag. All right. So, you have that nice interaction. It goes well. You've got your squibs entertained for a bit there. You got them like calmed enough now. Like they're even like tired from just random cat play in your bag. You can tell they have no constitution. And everybody comes out. Lavoy at the lead. I gotta lock up if you guys don't mind. And you're like,
How did it go with the snake? It sounded like it was getting silly towards the end.
Oh, never silly with me.
I heard tooting.
Oh, that was just me. I have gas.
The snake needs a little bit more sunlight, or some warm rocks. All amenities that can be provided in time. But
before we go, Chaska, and he like puts his hand out.
Like a shake?
He has like the most charismatic face he possibly can on his face for a handshake.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, shit.
Shake his hand.
Thank you so much for your service. And he turns to Miki.
Shake his hand, Mickey.
Oh, I didn't. I thought you were pointing at me.
He's got his hand all up in the air to shake with yours if you'll do it.
I am going to shake, but I'm going to forget and like lift my hand up and see if I can lift him. Like, oh, sorry.
Yeah, roll athletics at disadvantage because it's accidental.
Leave.
Nat 20s.
Okay.
5.
As soon as his weight starts lifting the ground, he like drops his weight and lets go. Like, okay. Thank you
enthusiastic
for translating with Bomir. That was I haven't seen something like that in a long time. And thank you again, Belanos and Rune, for bringing your gracious friends. Hopefully my falcon will show up. Anyways, it's an hour and a half, depending on how fast you guys can walk in the night, and if anything shows up we need to hide from. We're going to go through the tunnels, backtrack a bit. There's an exit to the side of the mountain, then we've got a little bit of an exterior hike, and then we'll get to the observatory. Sound good?
Sounds great.
All
Rune's
right.
gonna elbow Belanos like, we might find things we're supposed to hide from.
I honestly, after traveling with you, I'm not certain that there's much that we need to hide from.
I know it's gonna be great.
Lavoy, are we expecting any significant danger on the route?
Oh, just the usual things up here.
And how do you normally take care of the usual? Just so that we're all on the same page.
I hide. I'm pretty good at hiding, quickly.
And you
And
asking
that's
for a
good.
friend. Can you eat the usual? What's the usual?
Anything as big as me that isn't, a goodly folk.
And what's the unusual?
Oh.
I guess anything that doesn't fit that description.
I mean, there are some big dangers that'll sometimes come around. Dragons. Things that are like dragons but aren't as bad as dragons. And then you've got, predators, big cats, dogs, things like that. Hopefully not
This is
goblins and
excitement.
orcs.
Now, you said there are things like dragons around here, but not dragons.
Oh, sure.
Well, if we're gonna be on a walk, can you tell me about them?
Yeah, I mean, it is my job to look out for them after all. And he just starts explaining about how, yes, there are all sorts of things besides dragons that fly around out here. Usually it's just a really fucking big hawk or something, but sometimes there's been sightings of wyverns, chimera, possibly other weird winged things on the silhouettes. Thankfully, they almost never come actually to Nova. Maybe they've learned that we hide so darn well. We have a good alarm system, but you'll see them swoop down along Prosperity from time to time, and it's frightening.
I'm out of game. 2 hands.
Dude, I like just.
Sneeze
There's
attack.
a sweet tart in my trachea.
Oh,
I hope it's
you're
okay.
choking. Oh, God.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Sorry.
It's gonna feel awful. No.
Yeah, like my lung really needed that.
No.
I'll deal with that over the coming weeks as
Yeah.
I die.
Fuck, dude.
It's okay.
Ugh.
Awesome.
No, I'm good.
That's Rue's just sparkly eyed hearing about some of the news of the creatures in this area.
He's like, yeah, there's scary shit out here, man. You should watch out. I've heard there's even the boar is something I would hide from. Get one of those coming right at you. They can gore you to death.
Oh yeah.
It's
Real big critters.
seen enough boar to last me a lifetime.
Okay. Just dragging some tokies here. Now, who wants to roll the survival check that you knew I was going to make you guys roll?
Ooh.
I think it's gonna roll the
I think
lowest.
Belanos should roll it.
Belanos, this is your invention. You gonna guide Belanos?
So, can I ask a question, actually? Because I've been meaning to ask this.
Mm.
With my jack of all trades and having half proficiency
Mm-hmm.
in a bunch of skills, can I still help with everything?
I will say usually not, sometimes yes. Does that make sense?
Well, I would like to help with the survival.
And you have half proficiency?
I have full proficiency in survival.
Oh.
Nice.
I'll allow it this time. Go for it.
Okay.
So you have
survival
survival with advantage and guidance. Congratulations.
Fabulous. Well, it's going to be a dirty 20.
Yeah,
Dude.
we're playing
really-
Baldur's Gate 3 now. Everything. Guidance. Everything. Blessed. Everything. Anyways. Advantage. You're all inspired. So, 20.
Yes.
Nice. You guys just are so quick, and I think it might be Belanos' just sheer excitement at going to an observatory. Like, as you're walking, I'm actually going to drag you guys over here in a second. Let me get... Why don't I put the NPCs on here?
It's because they're all dead.
Oh, no! I'm just trying to get everybody here.
Spoiler,
Gameplay.
Levoy is the BBEG.
Oh my god, dude. Don't tempt me.
He's a little evil guy. He's just a little guy.
He was the evil wizard the whole time. Okay.
That would be great.
Let's
Yo,
see.
he's like the one halfling in town. Like
Wait,
one
but-
of a few halflings in town.
Let me tell you though, if you do ask him about those halflings, he will give you an earful.
Nice.
GM to player bone there. Okay.
Well, that could be something we talk about on the hike.
Yes. Bomir, you don't need to be on this hike. I did not mean to bring you here.
That is
That's-
something that Rune would definitely bring up. Hey, you're a halfling. Can you tell me about these halfling wizards that I heard about?
You know, believe it or not, Rune is not that bad in terms of racial stereotypes.
Maybe. All right.
So Rune is going to bring it up in that sort of way. And don't worry about it. Nah,
Oh, that's cool.
this is super cool.
Thank you, Photoshop AI, for letting me put this together right before the session. So yeah, it's this. You kind of see the
fucking
terrain
sweet.
now. You see the terrain now. It's this kind of eroded, rocky. You can see the kind of bones of these hills, just beaten by the wind up this high. The trees that are at the top of this peak are so extremely small and shrubby; they barely are trees.
Hey, hold up.
Hmm.
Give us that token art.
Oh, I'm gonna get to
Lavoy.
Lavoy. You just wait. I'm describing the set piece here first.
Boy,
Oh,
Set
it's this
piece.
little burb.
Set piece. You guys are like, I'm looking, I don't care.
Just give me the math.
Exactly. But yeah, as you're walking up, you can see how old these hills really are and how many earthquakes and just time has impacted these once grand mountains, bearing them down. And Belenos, at some point, you do catch the kind of glinting on the sun as this little lighter beacon of light, worked stone at the very peak of this hill, finds you leading the pack up this path. Like, oh, I'm getting there. Don't worry about it. Your long legs kind of leaving Lavoy in the dust a bit. Miki, I'm just, if you're fine with it, kind of helping Lavoy along at times. Little skip. Oh, come on, this way.
Yep.
Shortcut. Maybe a little cheeky levitate here and there to speed him up. Who knows? And Shashka and Rune in the rear with this particular hike. But you guys can make very good time. No dangers. Some cool sightings. Like, is there anything you guys would be keeping an eye out for while you're climbing up this winding path to the top of this hill?
Anything to fight.
fuck.
You
know, that lines up with Rune, I guess.
roll up a straight percepi for me, Miki. And Belenos, what were you saying?
When we first got to Nova, there was something that Belenos detected, like watching us as we came in, and I guess just if there's a similar vibe.
Oh yes. Wisdom save or perception, either one.
Let's do Persepi.
I'd say 26 on my end, though.
Yeah, I saw that. That's and
Not too shabby.
and
That's the same either way.
yeah, 24. Cool. All right, my question for you, Miki, what is something you would consider something you would want to fight on your
Something
hike?
worthy that we could obviously take, that we're not avoiding, but like, just I want to fight something.
More crack.
Do you want to fight something on the way to this place?
It just doesn't matter. I just would like to fight something eventually this session is more of what I was saying.
It's been too long, Jim. Okay. So you're looking for something to fight. And then Belenos, you were looking for signs of being followed still. Is the tingles at the back of the neck still tingling ya? Let me see if it is. Okay. I rolled well. Not to meta tell you anything, but don't worry about it. Let me check some modifiers real quick. They might actually be outside of your threshold right now, which is wild.
Outside of 24? God damn! This is really cool. I like the build up.
Okay.
Shouldn't have freed that damn cat.
No, Rune's actually having a great time. Rune's looking for something comparable to that kitty, but ideally not a cat. Fucking cats. But
Okay.
I don't think that was a cat.
as a pet.
I
I mean, yeah,
Belenos,
knocked Rune down a bit, which Rune doesn't get knocked down.
man, do I go with the sandbox or my railroad? This is so difficult to decide now.
Whoa.
You could give it tidbit, and we could address it on the way back.
It could be a railroad through a sandbox. Whoa.
That sounds messy. Please
Toy
don't.
trains.
So here's what I will say. Minky and Belenos, you guys both catch the same thing. Something stalking your party from afar. It looks to be humanoid, kind of hunched over, maybe orc-like shape. It's keeping its distance, though, trying to follow you guys all the way. Only you two see this. It is, I'm assuming you guys have kind of like lock eyes, lock on it. You two have a moment to discuss what you two would like to do.
I'm gonna try and slip away, see what it is, and catch back up.
Well, Rune's probably
Just
slip away.
let Miki and Bailey have a moment here.
Yeah.
All right. If things go poorly, just give us a shout, and we'll be right there.
And I am going to cast invisibility on myself.
Oh, snap!
Nice. Go ahead and throw that in the chit chat for me. You did. Awesome. Awesome. Yep, you are Invisibro. And then it sounds like you're trying to kind of wrap around.
Get a good look on it. Kind of like what I'm thinking. If we're like, obviously, I don't know if we're right here right now, but it would just like slide down and come back up and make a good like boomerang arc on it.
Dude, I imagine your character like passing through the shadow of one of these trees and then just never appearing on the other side.
Yes.
Just doing some ghost shit.
That'd be
That would
awesome.
be cool.
That is
Very
what you
proud
do.
of you.
Let's see how it goes. I know you're invisible, but do roll me stealth with advantage.
When
And
he
I
turns
will-
invisible, sorry.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead,
right.
because I can't guide myself.
When he turns invisible, what's up, Beldanos?
Oh, I was just gonna say, can I like when he turns invisible? Can I slow down so Shaska and Rune catch up to me, and I can kind of quietly let them know what's going on?
Yeah, totally.
That would be preferable.
Lavoie is like, finally. Ah, you guys walk fast. Anyways, it's not too much farther.
It is a 19.
Nice. All right.
Not bad.
I'm going to be doing a GM roll here. $18.
Oh my
Oh,
Wow, this
the
is like
stream sees. It was super close.
perpetually really ominous.
All right.
Almost out of sight, almost seeing you.
All right. You have earned this, Miki. You asked for it, and you've earned it. So give me 1 sec here. I will give you a glimpse of what is hiding under the shadow of a crops of rocks, trying to be invisible to you guys. Do I have a big picture of it, though?
And it has not been the next dawn since I flew up, right?
Nope.
Okay, cool.
Not my truth. Is it
Okay.
petable?
If we're going,
I think most
By
things are
legal?
technically petable, right? You know, like legally, I'm not sure, but technically,
at
Yes.
least once.
yeah, maybe if you're quick, you know.
Yeah, at least once until they make the laws because of you.
Or
Are we within 120 feet still?
Of your buddies, it's up to you, man.
Yeah.
Do you mean when you get a good look at it? You're gonna have to go farther than that.
Or the
Okay.
creature past tenses you.
It's staying very far back, like out of arrow range, back down,
Okay.
hiding, like keeping you in the edge of its sight. But here's what you see, following you guys.
fuck?
It's this
Boar
lumbering
man.
humanoid form with the head of a boar and multiple tusks, wielding a big hammer and leather clothes.
they're evolving.
I should check on this screaming behind me. I will be actually. You know what?
Or
Let's take a 5 to 10 minute break. I need tea as well.
all right.
We'll be right back.
Yo, did we piss off the spirit of the boar? What did we do?
Dude,
It is a no
it's
skate.
the return of Borsum.
Oh no, I wasn't ready.
Dude, I kind of like this whole like piss off the spirit of the like the woodland life. Like we
Yes.
definitely are bad with the spirit of the bear. We did
Yeah,
them
we
dirty.
did them real dirty. We even went Super Saiyan and we put that guy in the ground. That was it was pretty remarkable, but we definitely have some like fey bad juju on us now.
Oh, it's Rip.
Oh, dear Rick.
Ah.
I'm gonna go get myself a snacky. I'll be right back.
Cool. Hey, Nicole.
Your hair is long,
You want to
River.
hear him?
Why,
Doc.
hello.
Hey,
River.
Riff. Hey.
Say hi to him.
Hello. I like your shirt. That's cool.
Can you say hi?
Can you say hi? And she's like, oh my gosh.
Well, let me put my super
I
goggles on.
have my own headphones in my room.
You do,
Whoa.
don't you?
They don't
Wow.
have sounds in
Look
them,
at the
though.
silly face Jaker is making. Isn't he silly? Does that cheer you up a little bit? Oh my goodness. Oh, you
Oh, it's so
silly
silly.
monkey.
Jesus.
You
Sarah.
silly monkey. All right, Daddy's got to go upstairs and make some tea while you keep playing with Mommy. Can you wave bye-bye and say bye-bye?
Be good.
Bye, River.
I'll be right back. Gonna make some tea.
Ugh. And then there was 73.
I want to piss off every forest spirit for every
I want to
animal.
fight the shit out of this. I haven't been able to fight as
Mm.
Gek or Miki yet.
I want to like eat his babies.
While the GM's away, break all the rules. I'm gonna cast Untiring, Tireless.
Fuck.
You can't get exhaustion for 24 hours.
Nice.
I'm talking with this artist right now because Comic-Con's coming up in September, and I'm trying to get my cosplay started ahead of time.
Mm-hmm.
And this girl I'm talking to, she's going as Jinx from League of Legends, which is the blue hair girl, if you know her from the TV show that came out.
I'm aware of the character, but I couldn't like tell you what they look like or what they do. But yeah.
I am planning to go as her adoptive father because I look a lot like him.
Cool. You playing to your strengths.
Yeah, that and Thor are like the only two people I feel like I can cosplay.
Nice. I used to cosplay as Hugh Jackman's Wolverine back in the day. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I love Hugh Jackman. He is like probably my favorite male actor.
Dude, he's such a gangster. Such a gangster. Yeah, I'll be back.
Have fun. Don't die. I just found the greatest YouTube video of this world.
Throw it up somewhere.
I am about to share. Copy link. Discord. Bane of the Ancients. It is going to be in music share because that is where it belongs.
Pepper spray dubstep.
So it's based off the original video where this kid just gets on a TikTok screen and just goes, "Whoa, man, you're way too close!" And then sprays the camera with pepper spray. And this dude was like, "I'm going to make a song out of this." And it's actually a really good song.
I'm looking for the original. Oh god, that ear piercing high pitch that only children can achieve.
Yeah.
Oh,
Whoa, man, you're way too close. I think it's just like an Axe body spray can,
I
actually.
was just thinking, I hope that's not actual like pepper spray because that
Yeah,
shit sucks.
it looks like it's just an Axe body spray. Who lets kids have access to the internet?
I don't know, man.
Their parents.
Straight to Yale.
Am I missing anything good? Was there a meme shared?
Yeah, I go to
if you
music
look-
share.
Yeah.
Whoa, man.
And the one above it. After you watch
Dude, this is my fucking life. Like, my oldest is 10, and he plays Fortnite. I love him to death, but yeah, like, I'm in that phase. I am right in that phase.
Whoa,
And-
man,
and some
you're
good
way
times.
too close.
He's got the Axe body spray and everything. Him and I have actually been watching the new Sword Art Online. Well, it's not new, but it's the most recent one, the Elicitization one, and it's wild. It's probably the best one I've watched. I don't know
I
if you
just
guys have
finished
watched it.
watching part 2 of that, like probably 3 weeks ago.
I'm really impressed with it.
Which one?
It's very cool.
What show?
Elicitization, Sword Art Online.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Alatrization.
Yeah.
Is that the one where he's like fully immersed in the thing that he doesn't remember his
Yeah.
real life?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've only seen a couple episodes of that one, but like
It
was
keeps
really
getting
neat.
crazy. Like, it starts off like this is interesting, and then it just doesn't stop. It only gets more. I don't know. It pulls you in.
I just hate how the whole first even like in the manga, because I thought, oh, maybe it's just just the anime where they decided to cut it like on the 3rd floor or like the 7th floor, and it's like, well, go look at that, and no, literally the manga just stops, and it's like, this is such a lame place for the manga to stop.
Oh,
I would
And the
absolutely-
anime.
I would absolutely love one night when we're all free to watch Sword Art Online abridged with you guys.
Oh my god.
Oh,
is-
cool.
It's better than the original show, but it's also completely ridiculous.
It's
Dude,
what did
let's
we
do
watch
it.
that was all abridged? It was like Castlevania.
Probably
Helsing, I
Helsing
think.
abridged was the other
Yeah, it
Helsing.
was Helsing.
Yeah, it was pretty silly.
also excellent.
You're fucking goofy as hell.
I like the Yu-Gi-Oh abridged also, because the guy that voices Joey sounds exactly like Joey, so it's just like off-brand Joey.
Hey, you!
Hey, Yug!
I'm from
Dude.
Jersey over here.
Joey is a fucking phenomenon. Like, he's
Also, because it seems that
a
we like a
fever
lot of
dream.
the same shows, Shuck, I highly recommend if you have Peacock to watch not Tiger King, Tulsa King.
just fucking Tiger King. No,
Tiger I already
I
watched
mean-
it. Thank you.
You already watched Tulsa King?
No, I watched Tiger King.
Tiger King.
Tiger King was interesting.
Dude,
I
I
watched
kind
the
of want to
first
make.
season. I couldn't go back for season 2.
I'm like, oh
There's
yeah,
a
those,
season 2?
There is
yeah,
a season 2.
unfortunately. I'm like, oh yeah, those humans exist. I blissfully forgot about them for a little bit.
I live with them, so it's hard for me to really separate myself.
Yeah, that's all I got for you. Just to resign. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Fuck, man.
there's nothing else you can do. It is what it is.
It is.
Mhm.
My
what it is.
condolences. Okay, real talk here. What kind of magic were these halflings casting that the boar started walking and wearing clothes?
We're gonna have a long talk about that. That could be your segue into these halflings. Like, that's
Also,
is,
peep
is
music
this
share.
something to
Legit.
expect?
What's up?
Look at music share. I put a meme song in there.
Ooh, let me check it out.
Gats, before you resume, Gats, you should check out music share.
Oh, I can't listen to it, but I can see what the name of the song is.
God damn it. What?
Pepper spray, dubstep. Okay, I'll watch those later. Oh, no copyright
Oh yeah,
strikes
because it'll
for
come
me.
out on stream.
Yes,
I forgot about that.
yes. We learned that a long time ago, back in the early days of Alu's game, Heroes of Old.
Heroes of Old.
When we would send memes and clips to each other mid-game, and he would show them on the stream. Yeah, those videos got murdered by YouTube. Anyways, how are folks doing? Y'all ready to resume? Anything you want to check in about?
Fucking go.
Okay. So
No check-ins. Only Zool.
I see determined faces from everyone else. I assume Shashka speaks for all. He is now. You're all under him. He gives consent. You can all just assent at this point. I'm sorry.
All right, Merb, let's go.
Yes.
So Miki, you're like a couple thousand feet away from the party. You had to go hiking like ways down the trail before you get close enough to see what the hell this blob is under that tree. And a few thousand feet away from you, down the slopes, is this form. Boar head, thick, muscly arms, thick hide, wearing leathers, holding a big-ass hammer.
I'm gonna start making my way back to the group,
Okay.
and only within 120 feet to shoot a message off to Belanos.
So you hike most of the way back.
Yeah, just to keep eyes on it and party.
Okay. And what do you message to Belanos?
It's following. We should probably kill it. It's scary.
Jesus, dude! That's a hell of a message!
You have one little reply, Belanos. You can also imagine where Gek is. It's not too. He has to be within 120 feet.
What is it?
Best to see it with your own eyes, but it's like a boar man? Maybe a forest spirit?
You get one reply.
Well, I'm just gonna go straight to out loud. Rune, Shaska, Mickey has spotted apparently an armed boar man who is following us.
Boar man.
He was. That's as much detail as I was given.
We have angered the boar gods. We have slayed their ilk.
Didn't know boar had gods. How do you think they taste?
That seems a bit of a leap, but it is following us and it is armed.
What are you guys talking about?
Lavoy,
Uh-huh.
we may have some company on the way home.
Okay. Like,
We can.
should we wait it
The
out,
type-
or like, is that something you guys would fight? I mean, Rune was talking all about how she likes to fight and eat things.
True. I think that's the point. I
It's
think
boring.
we have a night with the stars ahead of us and a careful walk home.
Trouble on the way home. Not the first time. I can run fast, too. Downhill.
Good.
Now, hold on, let me
Happy
get
all.
a good look at you, GM.
Uh-huh. What? Oh.
Make your token all big.
Oh,
we still have
yeah.
the voice token.
Oh, you want to see what I look like? Sure.
Yeah, show me them leggies.
I was gonna do it when you got in the observatory.
Okay.
God, but let me go. Let me go
Okay.
zoom in here. Grab a thing.
He's like, now he's got to pull it onto another layer to show you. Like,
I gotta get it from another page. No, just give me a sec. All right, full art for Lavoy. There's the boy.
Aw.
His little birdie.
He's a hawk.
Love it.
A Hawkum, yes.
foul howl.
Foul hawk.
Got a foul howl.
But
That's cool,
yeah.
little guy.
I liked this art that popped up. Apparently, it's some official D&D art made by Olga Debraz. You guys can't see the little thing down there. And then I did some
Oh,
Photoshop
but you can.
AI work to it. That falcon is AI, by the way.
Nice. Ooh.
I liked that one. It was
just
so
types
cute.
in the prompt, just give him a falcon.
I literally typed in falcon perched on arm, and it was like, here's 17 falcons. I'm like, this one's adorable.
You're gonna have to show me how to use those tools, man.
It's
I might have to
awesome. You might have to get
myself
some
some
Adobe
Photoshoppies.
Cloud. Yeah.
I'll say that is pretty awesome.
To any GMs out there, get Adobe Cloud. It makes GM prep super fast. But yeah,
So, are we fighting, or should I just keep an eye on it?
this little oh, that's a snake. That's not.
Oh heck!
Get out of here, Boromir.
Look,
There you go. There's his Toki.
Keep an eye on it.
think about it this way.
But that was a message to Belenos.
Oh, sorry. Well, wait.
Rune goes to sleep now.
Keep an eye
Dark
on
Saber
it.
mode.
As long as it doesn't approach any closer, we will deal with it on the way back if it's still an issue.
Okay.
I am going to keep 120 back from the party and keeping my stealth up and just dodging tree to tree and keeping eyes on as much as I can on the presence of this boar thing.
You guys both rolled such ridiculously high perception checks. You keep an eye on it. It doesn't seem to get a clear look at you. Occasionally it'll like glance over your way, and then just saw like a little bit of rocks, but nothing standing there. There's no cover, so that must have just been the wind.
Yes, just the wind.
It's straight Skyrim ghosted this
yeah,
guy.
basically. And he follows from a far distance, like 3,000 feet or farther away at all times, trying to stay downwind from the party. And eventually, you all make it up to this observatory. Gek and Vistibro far away.
I'm curious, though, who built this place?
The locals, actually. Folk of Nova, including myself. When I got here, they had a watchtower. It was already a nice flat piece at the highest mountain right next to town. Whew, air's thin up here. And I came up with this design, coordinating actually with Belenos's school or clergy. I not exactly sure. I just kind of was told they're the best around as far as how to do this stuff. I got some designs and worked with them to... It's a really simple design. It's a small observatory, just what I need, and it does the job. Can't look down very well, though. But yeah, made out of stone. I'll show you how it works when we get inside.
Cool. And is this what you were needing to do the other evening when we tasked you with the boar? Or?
Yes, and before that, the Falcon was hoping that we were going to do our normal training, which we are missing again today, because I don't know where they are.
What kind of training do you do with the creature?
Oh, just tricks that it knew and trying to keep it knowing them. I was told that the bird thinks it's fun and good, and it's good exercise, especially because it doesn't need to help hunt because I feed it. I need to like get it to hunt to get food. I don't know.
Makes sense.
It's just
keep doing it.
Okay.
Can we go inside?
Yeah. You're like standing at the door, like, shut the fuck up. No. Sure. Hold on. Excuse me. And he like kind of gently pushes you aside and puts his little key in the reinforced door. There's 2 doors for this one, just in case something followed me. Not the first time. And you can see like this door has been like hammered on, clawed, like rocks thrown at it. It's super thick treated oak looking wood with iron bands. They're not getting in this thing. Nothing like a dwarven... Oh, sorry. What was that, Belenos?
Can you venture out here by yourself most nights?
Every night, usually. Believe it or not, I'm quite sneaky.
And very brave, apparently.
Not too worried about it. honestly, the dangers here are nothing compared to some of the things I've had to avoid.
Oh.
So, 2 sets of doors. It's going to be a little cramped, but let's get everybody in. Where's Miki?
He'll be along shortly.
Okay.
Is he gonna be locked out?
I just want to make sure everyone's in here before I lock this.
Melanos, can you contact Mickey? Tell him to.
No, unfortunately, it's all from his side.
Oh,
Well, I got it.
yeah.
Hey, Mickey! Get your ass up here!
Barbarian cast message.
Yeah!
Bro.
That was just the
Chris got it.
spellcasting components right there, too.
Burble.
Now the echo hits Gek. No, he was not even that far. So Gek, you get shouted down. Get in here, boy!
Any
your boy!
with the shout, any like movement or anything weird from the boar dude?
Like a freeze and then like a slow hunker.
That's
They
awesome.
cannot see me.
I'm going to point at Rune and message and be like, "What?
We're gonna be locking out loud. We're gonna be locking the doors. So get in here.
I don't really care for the starters. I'll just stay out here and keep my eyes on this. Worst comes to worst, I'll come running."
And the door's gonna be locked. Just get inside. Just get there. Oh, come on now.
Maybe.
Belno says it's been tracking us for a while. It's not gonna be going.
You natural 20 wisdom for common sense. Is that what you just did?
Fine.
Dinner's gotta be getting cold. Get your...
you go out there, you ask into your mind. You'd normally be asking Cass, "Hey Cass, should I do some cool shit and start a fight with a boar man outside at night by myself when my friends are locked away from me?" And Cass would
Yeah.
be like, "Well, let's figure out how we can do this and make it awesome." But instead, you just have your own mind to answer your own question. And your common sense, after spending time with some common sense folk to some extent, has told you, you should probably go in with your friends. You'll get your fight. Don't worry.
Yeah, I remember what happened last time you tried to fight some people by yourself.
That too. You remembered fighting by yourself, not always the best. So, Miki, do you pop up or do you scrunch in there? Okay, cool. Miki into existence in front of you guys, and Lavoy ushers you all inside the chamber. Let me see. Do I have everybody? Oh, there's all them players. Oh yeah, I
I'm
forgot to ask
probably
Miki.
able to squeeze right in here. You know.
Yeah,
No issue.
You got the squiggly wigglies. Cool. Miki, are you keeping your little unicorn bunny with you this whole time, or are you having it in your cage?
It's in the cage, last I remember, right?
It's up to him where he wants it. It's a willing familiar at this point.
Oh.
Yeah, it's with me.
Okay, thank you. Alrighty. So I think this should be y'all. You'll have to zoom in a bit here.
Ooh.
Cool.
Alright. Oh, I can't get everything totally in frame for the stream, but I like the cute little design of this one. There we go. Alright. So, you all have to kind of hunch under the first door into this narrow chamber. He opens the other nicer, lighter wooden door on the inside with just kind of a loop for a handle. The height on these are dwarf and halfling size on these doors, but once you get inside, there's enough room where everybody can stand comfortably tall, since there is kind of a stone dome overhead. Lavoy goes in and quickly lights a few of the torches and candles around, and bit by bit, you can see the dark shadows and corners of the room are actually almost wall-to-wall books and scrolls and tinkering projects, some tables in the corners with just bits and things laying about, schematics all over. He probably does most of his work and research up here. And in the very middle of the room, up on a pedestal, is his pride and joy, this sort of telescope made of brass and wood and copper, with some wheels and one big lever and a little spiral staircase leading up to the platform. Up on top, on the dome, there's some kind of decorative constellation patterns, not scientific necessarily. And you can see there's one big wooden hatch, which right now is actually closed.
Nice. Does it look like this dome moves?
It looks like it might, yes. Welcome.
This is quite the setup.
To the observatory. Belanos. This is it. And this is not just it. You can... I can tell by how well your notes are kept that you would take very good care of my things. You are welcome to touch, read, anything in here you'd like.
Hands in your pockets, Rune.
And he looks at everyone else. I don't know you guys that
Not
well.
much of a readery. Don't worry about me. Don't
But-
have pockets.
Some of the stuff in here is irreplaceable.
Yeah.
So please be careful. Maybe ask me or Belanos before getting into things made of paper or glass or that are sharp.
Everything in the room.
You got like a kid's corner in here.
Little drawing table.
Actually, the globe in the corner is fairly robust.
Damn.
I had some dwarves make it for me. It's entirely made out of brass. It's quite heavy.
All right, let's look at the globe.
Yeah, Rune's actually gonna be going over this globe.
Let's see this globe. Rune, this is dwarven made. Where's the eastern jungle on this bad boy?
Oh, it's more of for
Spin.
planetary.
Just kidding. Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. So this is it. And he like gestures Belanos the telescope. It'll be dark pretty soon. And once it is, I'd love to show you guys the night sky. Tell me, have you kept stargazing since you left, Belanos?
Unfortunately, I haven't had much of an opportunity to. I wasn't able to bring any apparatus with me that would allow me to see the stars any better than with my naked eyes.
I'm sorry. Well, you can take your time tonight. I was going to say, there's an interesting phenomenon I wanted to talk to you about with that's happening right now. I guess it happens every 270 years, where all these celestial bodies that are close are all lined up across the sky. I consider myself very lucky. Most halflings wouldn't get a chance to see this. We're not that long-lived. But you might have seen this many times. I was hoping maybe you could tell me about it.
Sure, let me just roll to see if I have, in fact.
This is a good age check now I think about it.
So, yep, go ahead and roll a history if you'd like. You have already rolled on this particular phenomena before. I think it was around a 15 or something to and that's an interesting alignment of stars. It was around the time when you first met Thorgar. He described such an event happening every time he's been awake.
Yeah.
That's right.
Oh
Okay.
man.
Well,
Yeah. So,
nine.
the timeline, you're reminded of Thorgar and their events, and perhaps that was almost more distracting than the phenomena around it. Have you seen one of these before?
I haven't personally observed one, but I've read quite a bit about these syzygies, is what we refer to them as, these alignments of celestial bodies.
Oh, thank you. Hold on. And he like pulls his note, just journal he just had ready. Like, thanks. Always need to learn the right vocab. If I want to keep up. So, but yeah, I don't quite understand yet how it works, why they would continually do that with the 270 cycle. I was trying to understand with that toy in the corner there. Used to be a Dwarven Noble Son's toy or something. I guess it would make the son a noble too. I guess he wasn't a noble. Anyways, so how would that work? How do they keep coming back? I don't quite get it. It can't be like the sun rising.
The prevailing theory is that they're orbiting around a much greater celestial body that is either beyond our range of vision or is so massive that we can't see it because we're actually inside of it.
Wow.
I should get burned.
That's a lot to get my head around. I need a lot bigger toy to play with. Maybe I need to do this on paper. Anyways, yeah, I'll think about that. Maybe some other huge object that these ones are going around. Interesting. You know, there's tales around here. I of course asked some of the locals after we got this set up. The last few days actually. And I guess the folks around Kingdom of Aludriea, they always mention, it doesn't make any sense. They say that it's easier to pick locks or locks loosen or something like that when this is happening. Does that make any sense to you, Belanos?
Out of game, it's not ringing any bells for me. Is this something that was...
It's definitely a riddle that I'm throwing at you right now. Okay. It's not a clear riddle either because he doesn't have the exact words of the riddle. But he's phone gaming a riddle to you right now.
Got it.
My favorite riddles.
If you'd like to throw some guesses, you're welcome to. You can even do player to GM if you want to check to see if they're right. Or if you want to just roll and see what Belanos can come up with, you can do that as well. It would be probably... I'll just have you do any intelligence-based roll you'd like.
Okay, let's leave it to the dice.
Okay.
What was it, though? I'm curious to try and figure it out myself.
Think of the meaning of it as like... It's an alternative meaning of door locks loosen when the celestial bodies align. Was that a 8 or 9 history for that one, or is that that's the overall?
That was okay. The previous one. I was giving everyone a chance to think about
questions. Anybody have any kind of guesses as what I might be going at?
Maybe locks between the planes of existence.
Maybe that.
Yeah, there was some discussion of thinning of the veil.
Mm-hmm.
And it does seem to be a big thing there in the Bound Mound is thinning of reality.
Oh, they meant like barriers, not like actual lock, like a physical lock. Or maybe there's some physical.
Well, there's that meaning, and then there's also the fact of the matter that it could just be talking about like a hottie knot. Do you know what that is?
Hottie knot. He's gonna roll a history.
Bob told me about those.
I'm afraid I haven't heard that one.
Long story short, they're women you hug, but you don't kiss. And a lot of them really like the stars and the planets and stuff, and it might be easier to get in contact with them during astral things, you know, because they're like, oh, it's in retrograde.
You know, I thought it would just be dark out and easier to break into places.
Maybe it is. Maybe it just is. Maybe that would be enough.
Sometimes
I'm afraid I'm still not getting it, Miki. What are they? I get that you're not allowed to kiss them. Are they like princesses?
No, They're just women you should stay away from.
Oh, married
Or mates in
women.
general.
Got it.
Married
No.
women.
My God.
I mean,
Sure. Yes. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I figured. I mean, there are some folks out there who like more open relationships. But
As
you should
society
definitely have a full conversation with everyone there, not just trust that their spouse is fine with it, if you know what I mean.
yeah, we're good.
Anyways,
How
thanks.
long do these planets stay aligned? Or these celestial bodies?
Belenos probably knows better than me, but I was told that you could clearly see it for about 7 days on either end. Right in the middle, they're almost a straight line. Right now, we're leading up to it. It's only been a few days they've been visible, actually. We haven't quite gotten to the full looks at notes. What was the term again, Belenos?
Syzygy.
Syzygy, yes.
Syzygy.
I can't wait to show you guys. Their clouds are crispy, burning away as we speak. The other low ones are falling down. It's going to be so beautiful tonight. But yeah, anything else that I can explain? Do you guys have any questions about the observatory or anything? I'm very excited to explain and show everything to you guys.
Lavoy, my experience with looking up at the stars, it would be best done when there were no campfires. We would go to the tops of the jungle canopy to see the sky in full bloom. Do these torches, these sconces in the observatory affect what we see through this lens?
Not really, actually. The light coming through up above is not obscured from the light below. The lenses are actually sunken into the telescope a bit. So we can, as long as you get your eye pressed up against there, right, you will be able to see quite clearly.
Phenomenal.
If nobody's interested in reading anything, though, we can certainly turn these lights off.
What would we be reading?
Notes on my observations. I have notes on monster sightings. I have notes on anything above the trees that has happened in the last 3 years. Honestly,
I have just a general question about the space and stars, since you spend so time looking at them. So we're on a surface, and the surface, as far as we know, is round. And there are other planets that you can see.
They're
But is
also round, yeah.
space itself, like the outer space area, this might be a better question for Belenos, is it flat or is it round?
Belenos, I mean, I'm happy to share what I've learned, but do you want to take this one?
Oh, by all means.
So again, I'm no expert, not formally educated in the subject, just an enthusiast, you could say. But as far as what I have learned, it just kind of goes forever. And when the gods created space and everything in it, they created the beginning and end of time, which connects to itself in this thing called infinity. So it's kind of like the deepest ocean that doesn't even have a top because it goes forever. Does that make sense?
No.
Nah, you lost me.
Is there like a,
I appreciate the effort.
Sorry, again, it's mainly been digesting knowledge, not regurgitating it. As far as this stuff goes, maybe Belenos could explain.
I think it's more of a me thing than a you thing.
is there like just a loose sheet of paper laying around?
Sure. Here, he just tears notebook paper and hands it to you. Do you, Quill?
Oh no, just the paper. So pretend that this paper is everything. It's all of physical space that we can observe and experience. And then I'm just gonna fold it into a cylinder. There are two distinct ends, but you can see when I hold it like this, they touch. So if you were to travel along the surface far enough to one side, you would eventually come back around. If you can imagine this expanded into a three-dimensional figure, that's sort of what I think.
Like an orange.
Sure.
Yeah, kinda. So I guess in a
So it
way,
is round.
experiencing space is somewhat spherical, kind of. Not really, but yeah, a bit.
Now, you know what my ma taught me. Give me the piece of paper there.
I'm genuinely curious to see.
So Rune will sit down.
I
Now,
pull up a chair.
the part about the gods making the stars above and all the space up there, that's right. Each star that ye see, some of course brighter than others, those are some of the folk that pass on. And there are different areas of the sky for each of the different gods. Now this section here, ye could be seeing this as some of the dwarven areas. Jagged like the peaks, if you follow some of the main stars here. Moradin being the brightest at the top, and then some of the others when they pass on. Now this over here, this is Elfie land. It's all twinkly and you don't need...
You're basically describing the dwarven art up on the ceiling they did for him almost exactly. All these childish dwarven constellations are this one's dwarf Moradin, look at him. This Dimethorn is so snaky.
And, yeah, that's basically Rune's understanding of
I've heard that before. And I have agreed that it is
really
possible that gods may create, destroy, or even rearrange celestial bodies to suit their own interests, including decorations visible from here to reflect their favorite dead people.
Now wait now. What do you think that'd be? What do you think that'd be meaning for your belt, Belonos?
What? This is Did a god make a belt?
Maybe.
Maybe.
We mentioned we did mention earlier that I found this belt that ostensibly lets me create an illusion of the night sky that I can manipulate to some extent.
Oh, what if this will work? Yay!
Yeah, it's a really intense belt.
Also made in AI. It's close I could get, but yeah. Here's your special shiny belt. That. Could you show me that sometime before we're done tonight? I don't want to be. Okay.
I've never actually had an occasion to use it, so I'm eager to take it out for a spin, as it were.
Wow. This. Thank you in advance. Ooh.
About them the monster books for science. Now are they what's the word for when you put things that fit together in one area and things that
They're
are
chronologically ordered by sighting time.
Do you have any on dragons or some of the smaller
it's sorted
ones?
by when I saw things, not by what I saw. It's a record, and he points to rows of bookcase shelves of these little tiny there's just all these little tiny journals all put together, and
so where's the most recent?
That would be the farthest book on the right, and he points, and there's a split geode that's holding his books up on that end, and there's a bit more room.
Nice. Bruno, look over to Shaska.
Daddy,
Have we established if Rune can read?
No.
Rune is looking over to Shaska you said I can't touch things. You gotta take this down and read it to me. Yep.
All right. So I'm gonna pull a book. Lavoy, are they journals by day? How many days does the journal cover?
they fill by event, not by day. I don't sit there and write down my thoughts.
If I wanted to look at a certain fire that occurred 10 days ago, how far into this journal am I going to go?
I don't usually note fires unless they're really big.
What about dragons?
Shaska!
Every dragon I see, I report.
I'm just going to start flipping through that last one, looking for just the events that happened on session 0 and see what his spin on it was.
It's like 3 pages back of the most recent journal. You guys were definitely an event. It was like the event's basically like, glowing sighted, kept eye on it. Glowing got much bigger. Wind picked up. Obviously, fire. Can't tell. There's shadows in the flames. Must be some sort of thing with the fire. Probably people. And then, dragon. Is that a dragon? Dragons are leaving. Dragons are coming back. Just dragons put out the fire. Dragons put out the fire. 2 must be bronze. There's a drawing of silhouette on both of them that's pretty detailed, and then also notes used force from mouth. You could see the trees shaking, lightning at times. I don't know, Shaska, are you reading it out loud? Are you sharing with people?
Yeah, I'll definitely read it out loud for sure. I think that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, Rune would have asked you to read it out loud.
You just flipped your
reason.
So, this sounds familiar.
Not given any context,
to be able to see all that.
start reading it out.
Yep, and then both dragons flew to the north until out of range towards Mount Noldris. Well, and then it's it's not called Mount Noldris, but I call it Mount Noldris.
I'll just look over to Lavoy. The 2 bronze dragons that you cited during this observation with the fire.
Yep.
Colder and Fumrith.
What? You guys met the dragon? How do you know? Hold on. Really? You sure?
We were there.
We are the ones that's where we stole the car.
We were there.
He's footnoting dragons' names. Obviously, we wouldn't know which is which. They're silhouetted. But okay, there are those names, and they were bronze.
Yes.
I was right. Bronze dragons.
It was a good intuition.
What were they doing? What were you doing? What happened?
We were captured by a slave caravan.
I'm gonna need to do a reference here to future pages. Hold on. And he's like, turn to page blah 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 because there's more.
Nice.
Line associated with page blah blah. Okay. From the top. Up to you how much you want to describe or not.
I'll let them take off with it. I think it's a fun little segue.
What do you tell this guy?
Once there was 2 dragons.
I'm gonna give him a full accounting of our escape. Maybe leaving out the part where I murdered 3.
Don't forget about the part where you cooked those Duragar.
This is awesome. So we're doing a police interview with 4 people at once. They're all jumping in whoa, Belanos being very analytical, Miki stylizing it into bardic lyrics, Shaska being just don't tell them that. Hold on. And Rube being and I did blah, 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 blah. And let me tell you, I was the one who ripped that cage open. It wasn't... I saved that damn cat. I got that damn cat saved, and they're ungrateful, let me tell you. Just
let the record show.
That's great.
So, ultimately, I started the fire. There were some casualties. The dragons showed up to quell the fire and eliminate the slavers, and flew off with what we can only assume were some of their agents.
How do you guys feel about the Durgar?
Not great. I'm learning to live with it, but it was unfortunate.
Do you guys have Durgar friends?
No.
I don't think I've ever met one, so I don't have any
You?
opinion for or against them. Folk are folk, you know.
Rune seems pretty convinced that they're not great people.
I mean no offense to anyone in here. When I say my only experiences with Durgar has been frightening.
Good.
Good.
I love
For
dwarves, but the Durgar have only ever tried to kill me or tried to trick me into getting into a situation where they could kill me easily.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Well, the notion that there is a statistically high probability that they were bad people is helping. I'm not going to lie.
It's kind of like killing older bandits.
Damn.
I will take your word for that.
The young ones, you don't know if they're just misguided. The old ones, you're like, you know what you're doing.
Only way to get old in a profession. One such as that.
You met many of my kind.
Have you?
I actually have.
What are they like?
You can be honest. You won't hurt my feelings.
He just gives you this look of like the British concern. I'm not sure if I should say what I'm about to say. Look, I'm not sure if you know this.
Hello. What?
I was my interactions with them in the Bound Mound have been neutral, if not a bit frightening. My interactions with them outside of the Bound Mound have been harrowing.
What's harrowing mean?
It means I jumped out of the tallest tree in the jungle because I was gonna get caught. And I lived. I haven't gone back to the jungle.
It is a dangerous place. What brought you out there, if you don't mind me asking?
My research associates were botanists and studying local plants, looking for remedies that they could bring back over to the Bound Mound and beyond. We did find some very interesting plants, but we did not get to stay as long as we had prepared for. Once,
So you were essentially a field researcher before you settled in Nova.
Exactly. Part of a dynamic team. I started in botany and then into technology, and as soon as I got my hands on my first spyglass, I couldn't stop looking at the stars every night.
It seems you have a certain interest, or at least a knack for zoology as well.
Effort more than knack. I entered the field because someone I cared about did as well. I became good at it. It's a useful skill.
Was your time in the field how you became aware of my order?
Well, we've traded research notes with your order before, as well as many of the other colleges. Actually, some of the research team were from the colleges. I'm home studied myself. And I've been aware of your field as, again, I dove into it once I got that spyglass and was on that first desert night. Oh, so beautiful.
I fully understand. Once the first time you see the full majesty of the cosmos and come to realize how insignificant we are, it's hard to put that genie back in the bottle.
Exactly.
Did you meet any folk when you were adventuring in the jungle?
All sorts. Yeah, we, believe it or not, lots of kobolds, which you can navigate, not too hard. Again, it wasn't until, is it your people? Is it, should I just call them snake skins, Yanti? What do you think I should say? What's the right thing to say?
Whatever you feel like saying is right. Don't worry about that.
Well, don't say that. He's gonna drop the hard S.
The snacks. No.
I just shrug. Like
Yeah. Anyways, up until they noticed us, I got along well with most folk we interacted with who could talk a language. Thankfully, we had comprehend magic around. But yes, some of the strange elves that live out there, we interacted with goblinoids, kobolds. We're all over the place. Like ants on a hill.
Elves.
Yeah.
Do you have a record of your travels? Like, you keep a record of your sightings? I would much like to see it if it's not personal.
I might still have that around somewhere. It wouldn't be out, but yeah, let me check in some of the bins here. Maybe that's what maybe you and I could do that once I get someone on the scope, because they're gonna be entranced.
I would very much enjoy that.
See a lot of critters. What do you make of a boar that walks on 2 legs and has clothes?
Force him.
It sounds like
a boar head and big mallet, or
probably an orc with a boar's head on its. They do those weird animal skulls for helmets.
Turns to Nikki. Is it an orc with a boar head?
That's not what Mickey saw at all.
Or it could be a forest guardian.
We're ways out from the forest. Maybe that's why it stopped. We did kill a lot of boar.
It's. What are you saying? Oh, was that
That's what I saw.
Oh, that's what was stalking us. Got it.
Yes.
Okay. Great. No, I hope it's an orc with a boar's head on its shoulders. That's what I hope.
It looked like an orc.
Now, what are the other options?
I don't know. Again, Otney more than.
Do you think one of them halflings could the ones that made the boar white, big, and ghostly?
Just closes his eyes like, motherfuck, why are we talking about this?
Oh, we'll talk about it on the way back.
What about him?
Do you think they could have made a boar that walks upright and wears clothes?
I bet they fucking could have. Yeah.
Such a good response.
Oh, Jesus.
Why? Do you think they did?
Well,
are you sure they did? I guess my request is, if you don't know they did it, please don't go suggesting they did.
Oh. Don't mean to be causing any trouble. Are they still around these parts, or I want to make sure I'm understanding.
I assume they're both still alive, wandering around the Bound Mound, causing chaos and ruining the reputation of all educated halflings. Yes.
Are you related?
I hope not.
That's not. Rude's like,
God, Mickey, you can't just ask halflings if they're related.
Ow.
They have big families. You never know.
Would the lads be a better place
True.
without them?
Boy, they do this to me all the time.
I think.
What are you talking about, Shaska? You do this to me all the time.
I think.
I think you haven't met another drow yet.
Sorry.
I think what I would like is for them to just get on with it and just confront each other and just
the pizzazz,
end
the sauce, the spice.
Because
I mean,
they're doing is they're just chasing each other around, causing chaos, just chasing each other around. Neither of them quite brave enough to do it.
my honest thing is that I think it's the same halfling just changing his clothes and coming back through town claiming to, chase his brother.
I really doubt it. Though I have heard that before as well. You know, I have heard so many people getting all sorts of mixed up versions of what actually happened and is happening. Everyone's confused. It's definitely their fault for causing all of this chaos. But, you know, I can get to the bottom of it. I have gotten to the bottom of it, and I can tell you the exact straight story. So if you go around asking and telling people about it, you know actually what happened.
Well, let's hear it.
He's like
You
the
just hear the
angriest.
scooting
He's
of a
like
chair.
he's like turning red. Just
Yeah.
Let it all out.
As he's getting more worked up, I want to just kind of gravitate towards one of the bookshelves and start pulling down some books that I might want to borrow.
Yep. So he's got, imagine like somebody's entire undergrad and graduate library that they had to read. He kept every book, kind of a thing.
Yes.
As well as his own like notes and the homework he cared about. Yes.
Oh, yeah. I don't think he cared about. This assignment was bullshit.
I'm specifically looking for whatever charts he's made for this area.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah, I actually pulled most of the ones out. They're over there, and he like there's a nice like stack next to the toy globe for you. As promised, you can borrow them, and I'll hold on to yours until we trade back.
Wonderful.
What's the story now?
There are two halflings. He puts his fingers up. One of them
Write it down.
is named Zadala. Zadala. I don't know why people can't remember Zadala. He has silver hair, blue eyes. He wears plain clothes like he thinks he's some kind of monk, and walks with a quarterstaff like he's some kind of monk. He is diplomatic, is a good word for it. Very sly, and has no moral bones in his body. The other halfling, his brother, full brother, is Zalava. Zalava is thick, strong halfling. He has almost dwarven arm. I mean, not really, but you could say that. He's got strong arms. He has black hair and very light blue eyes, like almost gray. I don't know why people just say same. They're blue. It's not true. He wears battle-ready clothes, like he's expecting to get in a fight, and he too has a quarterstaff. So I understand why people get confused. But Zalava always has his magic raven with him, always, and its name is Vecna. Hate that thing. So yeah.
Roll a history.
Sure. What are you trying to
What
remember?
I know about Vecna.
Go for it.
It's just a really common name. After
History or religion, whatever you want.
Ooh, do I have religion? Where is the R? No.
18. Yeah. You know more than most about Vecna. The undeadest critter.
I'm gonna give that one to my mom. R.I.P.
Okay.
Oh. The name, right? That it's just a name, right?
Yeah, it hell of a name for a bird, right? He thought it was funny.
I'm just gonna hope that it's just a bird, and there's okay, this is me out of game. I'm fairly certain that like anything with the name of Vecna has a piece of Vecna's soul in it.
That could be.
Yo,
I don't even know who Vecna is, so
we're about to water this lich down so hard. We're naming everybody
It's a
Vecna.
very famous lich that causes problems for people and just is always around.
Yeah, he's just
Has a
an
magic
undead,
hand.
big bad, spooky guy.
What was that, J. Crew?
It has a big hand.
Yes. So yes.
He's a dickhead.
But as I said, I did my own research. I have had to be able to defend myself to any traders I interact with. Anyways, so Zadala hates his brother. He hates it. He hates him. He hates him. He hates him. It's like a fire and it's just he's became this terrible, wicked person. He's thirsts for power. He does not care what magic he gets into. Everyone knows he's into like dark magic, just like his in-laws. And they're
Who's his in-laws?
well, thankfully they're dead. I'll get to that. But you don't have to worry about them anymore. Except for this guy, Zadala learned some stuff from them. So he's been apparently just unleashing dangerous creatures into the Bound Mound, messing with experimental magic. He has some kind of book or some scrolls or someone he talks to. I don't know. Anyways, his mind and soul are probably twisted beyond repair, as far as I'm concerned. He came out here because his brother Zalava did. He was apparently chasing him. And he's been offering all the dwarves around powerful spells, artifacts, magic alterations for any aid on his quest for revenge against his brother. Whether it's information, laying traps, refusing access to towns, he's made all sorts of deals. And usually his magic backfires. Anyways, Zalava, on the other hand, he's actually haunted. By all accounts, by somebody he killed. And as far as all rumors say, I think it was actually someone in Zadala's dead family. I don't know if it's his wife or his kids or his in-laws or what, but the rumors say that. I guess Zalava feels super bad or something because he ended up killing Zadala's family. And he's all super sad, and now he's on this redemption quest, going out and, quote, helping people of the forest and keeping them safe from his brother's magic by using his magic to create more chaos in the Bound Mound under the name of halflings. So both of these halflings are going around helping the dwarves in exchange for feeling not so bad or hunting down their brother. Anyways... yeah, Zadala's parents, his new parents, his in-laws, everybody knew they were dark magic people. I told him to stay away from that woman, with the one time I met him. Everybody did, really. But nope, he got with her, and they ended up getting married, had kids first, and got all tied together, got into the family. Anyways.
Question on that. Was she a practicer of dark magic?
Yep.
Was she a witch in the woods?
Nope. They lived in a town.
Okay.
Anyways.
That would have been really funny.
Long story short, Zalava and Zadala, they got along well enough. They're both magic users, whatever. Apparently, Zadala's in-laws accidentally summoned a demon that attacked Zalava. Everybody knew there was tension at that time, so we think it was on purpose. Zalava, he's doing so many air quotes, self-defense, killed all of them, except his brother. And, he said he kind of had no choice. Who knows? Anyways, his brother isn't having it. He's got this kind of blind thirst for revenge. Doesn't even care if you showed him a circle of truth and explained it. He's going to kill his brother or die trying. I think they just need to kill each other or whatever. Give a big old hug. I don't care. It just needs to stop. But they're just chasing each other around the Bound Mound, confusing everyone, trying to undo each other without actually directly confronting each other. Isn't it great? Whew, like a big old
I love it.
Out. That's the story.
That sounds stressful.
It is. But it's okay. I don't have to face too many people. But I live here, and everyone else talks, and I have everyone come up to me, asking me questions, looking at me different. When I'm reading books, checking what I'm reading. I didn't used to have that.
So, in terms of martial capabilities, where do you stand?
I short,
Can you do magic?
Got him. No.
No.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure for when we go fight this boar thing on our way back.
I will probably hide. If not in here, up high. Well, there's not much to hide up high. I will be hiding. Maybe throwing or shooting, depending on what is happening. Maybe running.
Really, your safety is paramount, so don't forget that.
Have a duty to fulfill. If it was me, I would find a sneaky way around the situation. Hopefully, when my bird shows up, would help me know when to run and where. She has some. She does these certain these screeches, and I learned some of what they mean. So it's kind of like they can kind of shriek while they're going in a direction. It's neat. They tell me where to run when it's clear. You know.
Cool.
Whew. Anyways, any other questions before the sun is down? I'm about to open up the hatch.
Let's take a look.
Yes, I'm eager.
And he gestures for Belenos to come up. You could like climb up, or you could go up his tiny little halfling stairs if you want. It's up to you. But I am curious.
To climb up and then
Look at those tiny little halfling stairs.
Yeah, you know, it's like you're playing in like the kids' playground, kind of. But you do the nice dramatic.
Find a way to do it like gracefully. So
Yep.
I'll just take the stairs.
You walk around, and he kind of steps aside, and he grabs this lever and just goes koosh, and you hear some cranks and pulleys kind of loosening, and just cluck, 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 as the hatch for the observatory opens up, and the kind of last light of the day is coming through, and I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. I have to show you guys this cool stuff that I did also using Photoshop AI.
Wow.
Boom.
Cool.
Wow.
Okay. That's pretty good. All
So,
right, Jim.
You see that one there?
which one are you pointing at? Ping it.
You see that one there?
Yeah.
Interesting.
That one's called Starry McStar.
It's not called that.
Nah.
It actually is one of the planets. You clicked on it. I already had the circle there. Belenos, you can make up the name of the planet, or I can provide one for you, or you can roll for it.
Yeah, let's roll. I'll always roll when there's an option.
All right. Let's see how many. I need to bring this back to numbers. Give me 1 sec. Roll me a d20.
11.
11. Jaius. Planet Jaius.
Is
Not
there
the
a
most-
planet Earth?
No. Planet Jaius. Alrighty. So do you correct him, or do you let him believe what he spoke?
Oh, I'm absolutely. Actually, Mickey, you've managed to point to one of the very few things in the sky that is not a star. That is actually another world like our own, called Jaius.
You can see it has almost.
Yes, that sounds kind of bad.
I didn't choose it.
It almost has like this mix of an orange and a blue hue to it, which is very unstar-like. Okay. So, Belenos and everyone can kind of peek out and see this generally. Belenos, I'm assuming you would like to be the first to start peeking at the telescopy, correct?
I definitely do, but I am going to ask just out of an abundance of decorum. Does anyone mind if I take the first?
Please look.
Oh, good.
We're all just like, shoot your shot.
Alrighty. I have the 7 planets marked, but besides that, it's basically what you see. You've got all of these distant stars and galaxies. There's a bit of some equivalent of kind of a Milky Way over in this direction, and you can tilt the telescope essentially to see anywhere tree level and up.
All right, and where would I look to see the beginnings of this celestial alignment?
I'm not sure which end it is, but one end's here, and the other you can still see. See how bright it is, even though the sun's still over there?
Yes. Let's look at the space cloud first.
The space cloud. All right.
So, like, yeah.
You know what I'll do? Since you are the first one on here, I'm just going to mark all the bodies for you, because you would actually know what they are. Just give me one moment. Come on.
You know what would be trippy? As if J-Prof looks through this lens with his black eye.
Oh my god. I have not thought about what that would do. Since
I
it's
see
not
an even bigger centipede eating worlds.
Squiggles out in space, the size of planets.
That is a really good question.
He just goes into comatose. Just
I see God.
Yeah. Fuck.
All right, GM layer. Okay, I have to click on them one by one. Doop. Doop. Hope you like my dupe effects. Come on, just let me select more than one. Alu knows how frustrating selecting little things can be.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes you can select the entire page. It's like, nah, dude.
Oh, I got it. There we go. Okay. So, as you can see, they're not quite perfectly lined up yet. And Lavoy kind of describes, as you can see, they're not perfectly lined up yet, but in the next couple days or so, they should shift almost into a linear arc across the sky. And then you're looking at Cloudy McGee over there. Yeah, that one's pretty orange. I do think it's one of the prettier ones. I like the big shadows across it. Anyways, so Belenos is probably going to be on here a while. And roll me a wisdom save, Belenos, and a history check as well.
Okay, wisdom save 21.
Okay.
And history, you said?
Yep.
History 20
God,
or 22 if I get that.
Damn.
Cool. And then
I'm in my element.
then roll me investigation with advantage as well, since you got past 20 on both of those. Jeez. I'll give you 17. You can have 17.
Okay.
Very nice.
So you're able to keep it together. The emotional rush and almost relief that you have this just waves of it looking through a real telescope, an actual bent lens for the first time since you left. You're able to keep it together. You keep it in there. You remember your telescope from home. It was definitely different. This one seems to have almost like a slight blue hue to it. The colors aren't perfect. But it's extraordinarily clear. Very, very, very clear. And not as powerful as what you have used at home, but doesn't need to be out here. And yeah, with that 17 investigation, you can tell that that's definitely effective using the clear quartz instead of glass for the lenses out here. But yeah, pretty good rolls there. The other things you're starting to remember, like things are connecting in the back of your head, just the looking up into the heavens, all of those words that the Zoog were talking about, those dreams that you're not used to, quote, having in the cave when you were hanging out with the Zoog, all of that splashing through heavens and the deepest depths, all just connecting and sifting around in your mind as you look up at these stars, galaxies, and planets.
Boy, you should be incredibly proud of what you've built here. Anyone from my order would be astounded by what you've accomplished.
Kind of chokes up a little bit at that.
Oh,
Wow. Thank you. That's... I'm just glad it works.
It's not flattery, it's honesty.
Thank you.
I bet Velanos is doing happy bouncing. I bet there's some bouncing.
Some butt
Probably,
wiggles.
honestly, he probably is like misty, like just a little bit like
Nice.
it's cool. Very cool.
All right. I have art for all those planets. It's up to you if you want to see them. They're just NASA pictures of planets.
Dude, I want to see some planets.
There was those planets.
All right. Here's what I'll do just for reference. What I can do. Token layer. There's the orange one.
Ooh.
And then the next one. And then this one. Oh, wait, no, that was the one that you clicked on.
That big blue boy in the middle is awfully suspicious. The one that's not circled.
Doop,
Yeah,
doop.
big blue.
Those
I
are
see you.
actually twin stars.
Oh, cool.
Or as River would say, actually.
Binary pair? Is that what it is? There's
Something
a word for it. I don't remember.
Yeah, binary stars. Yeah.
Thanks.
So the next one, I'm just going to put these all on token layer, and then I'll make them all big for you.
Ooh,
These are
take you to the
cute.
rainbow planet.
Which one of these is the largest furry in the world?
that is in another sector, sir. That would be very Pink Planet if you're talking about the Flash Kids video.
Yeah.
So the second one is this kind of gaseous blue one. It's almost hard to pick up on